And we are live.
Yay!
Welcome.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Well, first thing I want to know was how was that Back for Blood beta?
That shit was lit.
Since you guys got to play
It
it, you fucking
That was
bitches.
fun. Yeah.
It looked fun.
You both played it?
Yeah, he got
Me and
play
Lava
it.
did.
Silent got to play it with him too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew that.
We actually got our clothes because of her.
Yeah, actually.
Right.
She's the one who got the beta.
Yeah, she got a little present from me today also.
Yeah, she came in and
Very
told us.
Hmm?
So she came in and told us she should be playing it. Nope.
Yeah, I'm eating on stream. Fuck you guys.
It's okay. I'll be doing it probably in the next 30 minutes anyways. I said I'll probably be doing it as well in the next 30 minutes.
Eating some more.
People too.
They'll be all right with it.
Gotta prove to the world that not just fat guys eat. So,
That's right.
Give me another month or two. I'll get there.
Everybody that watches my stream knows I'm constantly eating. I'm always snacking. Got a snack box underneath the table just waiting on me. But yeah, that Back for Blood stream, it looked really fun. And the dynamics looked pretty much the same as
Cool.
Left 4 Dead.
The only thing that I didn't really, I don't guess I had time to really look into it too much was the card setup. Like you're building your
Oh yeah, the
deck.
classes. Yeah.
Explain that to me.
But-
That's just like what you
Yeah, that was cool.
stuff
You
up
can-
throughout the game, or
It's like you can they buff you. Like there were certain ones where when you get kills with melee, it would give you health back.
yeah.
If you got a headshot in certain ways, you could move faster. It would give
Mhm.
more damage to your weapons. It was just like you would pick a build set that you would go with, whether you were going to be support or heals, and you would end up going with that. And so you can end up doing a ton of support stuff based on you killing zombies. So as you're killing zombies and shit, you're helping out your teammates, or you can run passives that'll give your teammates more life. And as you heal yourself, you'll heal your teammates, or as you heal your teammates, you'll heal yourself. Or other stuff, like if you heal someone, you'll heal everybody. Shit like that.
Huh.
So you'll end up wanting to play around that whenever you get into the sweatier versions of it, running it on harder difficulties and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I sent some replayability there, but I didn't really get to fuck with all the chapters.
Yeah.
Whether we could or not, we didn't really know. What we played was just the first one chapter, but there was talk that other people were getting to play other chapters. I just don't.
They
know.
probably just gave.
I think it was
certain-
a glitch. I think it was honestly it was a glitch. People
Okay.
were just glitching into the other chapters, honestly.
Huh.
Because there had tons of server glitches going on with people getting stuff they shouldn't have.
Wow.
Yeah, so
what were you going to say, Lava?
Oh, I was just going to say, I know we had different levels. That was kind of cool. It was very reminiscent of the first two.
yeah, that was the chapters kind of.
That's to be expected. I think overall, if you're a fan of the first two original series,
Yeah.
this one's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be lit.
Yeah.
It's basically just a more expanded upon 2.
Yeah, and that's what I thought about it too, because it looked like the weapons were better, the maps were better, and then like you
Yeah.
said, it's got the cards and stuff.
Yeah, and the
Well,
concept of the zombies was a little more different because they're now a parasite instead of I don't know, maybe they were in Left 4 Dead 2 and I don't remember, but
They never really explained it.
Um,
Shouldn't.
I think they rebranded it as Parasites, so it wouldn't have the issue between the original series and the new spinoff.
yeah, that does
Yeah.
make sense.
Damn, I can't wait for that though. It comes out in June, so I know we're all going to be over that this
Yeah,
summer.
for sure. Oh, you guys all need to check out Outriders too. That's about to come out soon. That's gonna be fun.
I still. Shit.
That's gonna be a full purchase game though. That's gonna be a $60 game. Oh my god, that was me. That game's gonna be really cool. I'm kind of hyped for it. Kind of speculate. I don't think I'm gonna pre-order it, but maybe. Definitely gonna stream that game though.
I do not do the pre-order game ever since Assassin's Creed Unity.
Really, you didn't like Unity? I didn't
love Unity. That
Yeah.
was the last game that I pre-ordered, and I
That's
got the spear and all this stuff. And then where I lived at, internet was extremely terrible. So I already knew it was going to be 3 days before I got to play it after I bought it.
Yeah.
Not a big deal. I knew that, but I got it. I downloaded it.
Unity
Instantly
had
a 20. Huh?
You go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I instantly had a 20 gigabyte update.
Yeah.
Just to be expected. It was Ubisoft,
Yeah.
and then glitch after glitch after glitch, and they
Yeah.
Fucking
so
Ubisoft.
bad that they ended up
Unity
giving
as
the
well,
first
dude. Holy shit.
DLC to everybody as a I'm sorry.
Yeah, I remember that.
And it was, but then the biggest thing that pissed me off about it was Unity was a good game. I really like the Assassin's Creed games, even though they're kind of rinse and repeat.
Yeah.
But I
Mhm.
like the story progression, the different times in history. But what pissed me off was they finally brought a cohesive, cooperative gameplay to be able to be on the same side, play together to get these missions done. And not Unity, but Ubisoft tried to blame it as a mass reason all the bad shit happened with the game. To the point where they said, we're never going to do it again. I like the multiplayer, the death match, and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
I thought
That
it was
stuff's
cool.
but I like being able to team up with my
Yeah.
friends and play on the same side and take care of bad guys. And
I agree.
shit.
I thought that shit was lit. So
But
I don't know. It's weird. And Ubisoft, like the way they mess with some of their games. I used to be pretty big into For Honor.
Oh yeah, that
Um,
used to be a really good game for
It's
us.
like they purposely made the balancing of that game to be what? You're giving me a look, Richard.
I never got into it.
That's fair. It was really competitive. Super heavily competitive game.
That was one of the first
Oh.
games I broke away from GTA to play.
Yeah, that was probably your big first big competitive
Because
game.
I just was like always in GTA when I was on console. That's the main reason why I wanted a console.
And she would always sit there and say, "Well, we should just play AI. We should just play AI." And then I would sneak her. I would just put us in a game with players, and she would shit on them
Yeah.
when she wasn't in her head.
Yeah.
Like, because she would get in her head about it because she's fighting real people and said AI. But I would just put us in PvP, just in a regular lobby of like what we do, like domination. You know, domination, just objectives on the map if you capture.
Yeah.
Same shit. I wouldn't even tell them it was AI or people or not. We would go and win, and then at the end of it, you'd hear someone go, "Oh shit, we're fighting people." I'm like, "Yeah, we've been doing it this whole time."
Yeah. But
Colin said he
yeah,
loved-
they
he loves
really
Assassin's
fucked up
Creed
that
too.
What's up, Fallen? Welcome to chat, man.
Yeah, Paul said he loves Assassin's Creed.
I love the Assassin's Creeds as well. I've fallen out in the last I'd say I fell out probably right after Unity as well. Lava. I did pre-order Unity. I played the shit out of it. It was really good. I like the idea. I like everybody else can agree that game was a buggy piece of shit mess. Great idea, great concept of the game, and I really enjoyed it. But it was a buggy mess. Like holy shit, from the beginning to the end. But Ubisoft in general, they have like this policy of put a game out, fix it a little bit depending on how popular it is, drop
Yeah.
it and go to a new game.
Yeah.
It's
patch
really
it
shitty.
until the new game drops.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I love Ubisoft from a Far Cry standpoint. I always have.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, like whatever Far Cry comes out. I know they're just like the same shit over and over, and it's still like a different story, but you're still doing the same thing. But
The physics and the engine of Far Cry has like always been so good to me.
Yeah.
Like every time one comes out too, and it's always the story is what I complain about is it's kind of the same thing or something like that. But the engine is always so satisfying.
Yeah,
Like
and I love the co-op player.
yeah.
Me and Whiskey one time went through.
Oh, you were talking about that, yeah.
4 with
Yeah.
just bows and arrows.
Yeah, that's the cool part about Far Cry is you can literally play that
The
game with
whole
one
damn
thing and it work out.
I wish it was 4-player. I really do, or 6. Or
Yeah.
8.
And be
It's
squinting.
amazing. I wish they had mods and shit that you could do that.
Oh yeah, Fallen's talking about Far Cry as well. Yeah, that one's gonna be cool. I'm keeping my eye on it. The story and the way it's set looks really interesting as well with the whole kid and his dad in that complex.
Oh yeah,
That looks really
Sick.
cool. Yeah.
If that's his kid.
Do you think we either play as the kid or the kid's the antagonist? What if the kid's the antagonist? That'd be crazy. So kind of hype about that.
He was like, we talked about this last time,
I think we did. Yeah.
but I still think you're the kid.
Yeah. That's like what I was always wondering about was like, are you playing as the kid and you decide that your dad's shit is wrong and you end up going against your dad and he's the antagonist? Or like, is this just the entrance to it and they're showing you kind of what your antagonist is eventually going to be? And it's the kid who's conforming to his dad's like ideals of dictatorship and, you know, yada, yada, yada. And maybe there's like a redeeming quality later with the kid as an antagonist. And I don't know. I kind of honestly I think if they did it and they made him a villain, they need to go the full route. Because like the best Far Cries to me have always been the ones where like the villain was just ruthless.
Gotta have the ruthless villain.
Dude, I love that.
Damn. I didn't ever really get the concept of it. I never really sat down and looked at it neither. How Far Cry. Yeah.
Oh man,
It's,
It's
I
a
mean,
good
it's
game.
just the first person shooter that
You're
puts you
just
in a
running
massive
through the woods,
open
surviving.
world with side missions, main missions, and the full campaign, and you can do all of it with a buddy.
Oh, okay.
Every bit of it. But you also have like natural
What's up, local?
wildlife
Yeah.
I saw you jumped in the chat.
come out of nowhere. Like we were sitting in the truck one time in Far Cry 4, just like stopped because we were looking at this little outpost, and we were figuring out which way we were going to come around to going to flank them.
Yeah.
like from the hill or come up from down like in the valley area,
Mm.
like where this cliff was at. And all of a sudden, this fucking rhino comes out of nowhere and just
Just starts
fucking hits
shitting
our
on stuff.
truck.
Yeah.
And we can fly it off
Yeah.
the cliff in the truck. You know,
Oh, that's a clip too, yeah.
Yes, we were dead. that was
Dead.
yeah.
Both just in shock, like sitting there.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you're not even paying attention. You're just looking out the windshield. Okay, making a plan. Like,
Yeah.
okay, are we gonna go up the hill and come around? We're gonna park here, leave it here, then go, or are we gonna like drive up the hill or go down the hill and come back up under the bridge? All of a sudden, slam! Fuck!
The rhino, fuck your plan.
I love that you could take advantage of the wildlife in those games too. Like,
Oh, yeah.
there's always an animal in the enemy bases you could let out, or like, oh, that show was cool. So watching a
what I
tiger
liked
take
about
out an
Far
entire
Cry
base. Oh,
was when I first got into it was the deterioration of the weapons. You started off with just shitty weapons. And
Oh,
you had to get
yeah, and you
better
move 'em
ones
up.
and fix
Yeah,
'em and
yeah.
all that.
even then, like the bow. I've done a Far Cry run through where all I played was bow. I've done that too, and
Yeah.
I get that. That shit is
You-
so good.
You don't say
Like,
7 Days to Die Bowman.
yeah, that's true. All I play in certain like survival
Oh.
games we play is the bow.
Since some people are here, I have a kind of a mission
Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
for the.
Oh, I think I've heard about some of this.
It has to do with 7 Days to Die.
Yeah.
I started up my server not with the Darkness Falls mod. 'cause-
Oh, cool. We might want to tone that back a little bit.
Well, my brother and
Yeah.
his stepbrother wanted to play,
Oh.
so I was thinking, if some members or just some of the people just got into the server and started fucking with them.
I'm down. Okay, so I had Jin and Retry and Die actually hitting me up to ask me why I think you had messaged them, and they were saying I think it was either them or it was Silent. No, it was Silent. And you'd hit Silent up asking her if she wanted to come into 7 Days to Die to mess with two people. I thought you were trying to set something up with like me and Hans as the two people getting fucked with
Yeah.
or something. Okay.
This is Brother Ryan, which won't ever be on the podcast. You know what? He's not a true gamer. He's a
Dance party.
he's a part-time when he's board gamer. And Jimbo is
Casual.
the other one
Yeah.
who is in the podcast. So yeah.
Jimbo was the guy with the beard?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So not the one sitting here, the bigger
Oh, the other one? Okay, yeah.
Big dude. Yeah, but they're truck drivers, so they're gone all week. So I'm like, well, some of the community members got in there,
Yeah.
figured out where they were staying,
Yeah.
and then just I don't know, set a bunch of traps.
Give them
Maybe,
shit, fuck with them, anything.
Yeah, take their beds, put some spikes where their beds were, or something.
Yeah.
you know.
Oh, it's a new server, huh?
Then just kind of like build their own base. you
Yeah.
know. And then when it gets close to like Horde night,
Hmm.
oh
Oh no. Yeah. I'm kind of, yeah.
you can do what you want to do. So,
Yeah, I've been wondering like when you were gonna finally let us loose in the server too for 7 Days to Die because I've been mentioning it.
I still want to do the Darkness Falls thing.
Yeah.
I didn't think they would be wanting to get back in there this quickly,
Yeah.
but they did, and in like 2 days they hit day 14.
Damn.
And I
Yeah.
have it set up for like a day in game. It takes 2 hours.
That's not bad. That's basically how Austin has it set, I believe, too, when we play. So we'd be pretty used to that.
Yeah,
Um.
because normally default is an hour,
Yeah.
like a full day's an hour.
And the 2 hours it makes it gets it to where you can like get more shit going.
Right.
How many days do you follow the 7 days?
I do. We
Okay.
can change that at any time.
We normally did 5 just to like make it a little more fast paced. But if we're gonna do a full server like that, and we're gonna eventually just devote to a server, I think we should stick with the 7 days. So-
okay.
Because we could make like the 7th day an event or something for another stream.
That would be
I
fun.
don't know. We can come up with ideas about that as we go though. Like,
Yeah. I mean, it's already named.
oh, it's there. We can join it. Hell yeah! I wanted to get on like a. I haven't really
It's
fucked with
funny,
7
we're
days
playing.
because we've been trying to like have a devoted like we keep restarting. We'll start and then we'll end up restarting and we lose all our shit. And it's like I'll finally like get to a point where I can just one shot shit with my like bow class I've been wanting to do, and we end up
We'll start
restarting and
over.
I'm like, fuck, man! I just got a combat bow. Like it took me 2 years to get all the fucking combat bow parts just to build that bitch, or it took me like 2 years just to build this, like get this money to get this thing. Well, we restarted again. Like, all right, fuck it. So
Oh no, I'll keep it going for as
Hell
long
yeah.
as anybody wants.
bet.
I have total control over that shit.
Dude.
Which speaking of, I need to. I mean, if anybody gets in there and they are there,
Yeah.
you guys might have a challenge because I've had build create on
Damn.
for a while, so they've got a bunch of
hmm
because they were just spawn shit. I had it to where they could just
Oh yeah.
spawn shit.
Oh god.
So there's no telling what they actually have. So if you guys got in there and actually found their place and just fucking stole everything they fucking had, that'd be great too.
That's
That'd be
good.
fun.
Yeah.
Booby trap.
That would start a
everything.
war.
Yeah, booby trap
It
everything.
would be fun though.
Build
Like if you
it.
think about it, get 2 different communities on a 7 days to die,
Yeah.
and they're
Yeah.
both trying to kill each other during the 7 days and survive it. Like
That's
that's
some
cool.
real Walking Dead shit right there.
That's when we're gonna want the experienced 7 days to die people too, though. Like it could get. Oh,
Get fucking crazy.
that will get nuts. Yeah.
It would turn into a live-in game, or what I call a live-in game, when that's all you play, no matter what.
Or we
Yeah.
do scheduled playings for it and stuff
Well,
like
and
that.
Yeah.
that's why I've held off on getting everything ready because there's so many other games that you guys have that
Oh, man.
were coming out or
Yeah. Oh my
you know,
god.
you were
I've
going
still got
through and
Outriders.
shit,
I'm gonna be
and
streaming too. So
I didn't want to throw this in on top of it, but it seems like it's slowed down a little bit.
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's why I brought it up. Plus, they wanted to get in there, so I was like, okay. So just
That would be fun to get into this week or so.
yeah, I just turned off the build create thing.
Mhm. Oh yeah, and your computer went to sleep.
Oh,
Your monitor.
It's okay. I've got comments
Yeah,
right here.
I still pulled it up anyway. Damn.
Yeah, it's the same stuff. We're good.
So that being said, I just have to do a restart on that, which takes like a minute or two.
Cool.
We got super awesome. No one talks about them. They're a tad more expensive than other servers,
hmm
like hosting companies, but they're not sponsored or anything. I just fucking like them because their uptime is ridiculous and their speed is ridiculous.
Damn.
Logic servers,
Hmm.
they are amazing. Like when it came to the amount of shit you can customize, when it
Yeah.
came to, I mean, the price was still good. The uptime was fine. It never crashed, never had issues.
Yeah.
Their customer support has been freaking awesome. When I put Darkness Falls in there on Alpha 19 when Alpha 19 first came out back in August, I had to contact them because the minimum amount of memory can't really handle Darkness Falls with 7 days
Yeah.
at the same time. So I had to contact them, and for like, I think it was like an extra $40 or something like that, they covered like an extra 6 gigs of RAM
Hmm.
on the server
Yeah.
for the rest of the time I had the server for.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they're freaking awesome. I love them, and I've had
Yeah, I'm
like,
looking at them now for a Minecraft server just because that's what I've priced in the past, and their prices are right along with everybody else's.
yeah, I've heard horrible things about some other ones because we used to play Ark all the time, and survival servers.
Have you seen the Oh, isn't it? That's a new subject. I'll bring it up in a minute. I'll bring it up in a minute.
Was the Ark the main Ark thing, in quote, main Ark thing, Ark server platform hosting company. But Logic servers, man, we had so many less problems.
Hmm.
That was the first game that we used them with, and every other game that we got into, and it might only be like a month. That we have a server, but they don't give a shit. You know, you can pay for however long you want.
Yeah.
So when Outlaws of the Old West first came out, we went ahead and got a server in there, and you know, all kinds of other different random games
Yeah.
that we've done. But yeah, I've been with them for probably 3-4 years now.
Damn.
Freaking awesome. I know I'm talking about. Sorry, but they're
Mhm.
badass.
What,
Right out.
what were
So,
you?
if
I was-
anybody's interested, I'll go ahead and type it in the chat too. But the 7 Days to Die server is Mantra 7D or underscore 7D 2D. And then
Nice.
the password is Mantra Zombie.
Oh.
So we can get some fuckers in there and fuck them up.
Capital
Oh, yeah.
M, capital Z. But yeah, you guys search that. Have a field day.
Yeah. Go crazy.
It should be this right now.
Mhm.
Oh no.
But anyway, you were gonna say Arc 2, I believe.
Yeah. I was like, did you see the? I know you probably saw it because you were into Arc a lot.
I did, and then I did some research because I saw Vin Diesel, and then I heard.
Yeah, we kind of talked about that a little bit
Oh yeah.
last time.
What did you think? I was gonna ask you because you would have known Arc more.
It's a fucking CGI trailer. It's so hard to say.
Yeah.
if anything's
Yeah.
gonna be
It's
good.
like the fucking Oh my god! They showed another Mass Effect teaser trailer.
Yeah.
And it had some information in it, but it's like this is just information and lore. None of this is actual concrete, like what we really want to see from what you fucked up, like from the last one. You know, like let me see some facial animations, maybe. That'd be really like. You guys probably should have started off the bat showing in your next game that your facial animations were going to be on point. Because holy fuck, Mass
Yeah.
Effect Andromeda's first month, the
Oh,
facial animations were cancer. So,
Yeah,
and that's
agreed.
like their game, like that's their shit. They should, you know, they should be on the story facial animations.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh.
completely agree with you. But then again, you're talking about a company that got taken over by EA.
Yeah, the old EA sin.
So all
too.
they got
Yeah.
was investor talking to somebody saying, "I don't want this game to be like this. Can we change it to this?"
Yeah,
Over
True.
and over and over and over. It's the same thing they do with movies and shit. Like,
Yeah.
you know, they supposedly went back and recut everything in fucking Suicide Squad when it came out
yeah,
because the fucking investors or
hmm
the parent company didn't like the way the story was and they wanted it more bubbly and bullshit.
yeah. And then they
It
come up with
didn't
the
fucking
second one.
work. They should have kept the
That's
original.
what's ruined any DC movie.
Yeah,
Everything.
and Marvel as well.
Whenever these money hungry motherfuckers get
Marvel's
involved,
Oh,
they don't know what's good, so they fuck up every
yeah. That's
Marvel.
kind of where Marvel's
Yeah,
making a little more strides than DC too, but to an
Well,
extent.
a lot of people, like those investors and stuff, they see what Marvel's doing, and Marvel, they don't understand the dynamic of the two comic series.
Yeah,
Marvel is more comedic, more light, more whatever. DC is full of dark and grit.
yeah,
I mean, people didn't realize that Batman had a dark as fuck storyline as the Dark Knight until the fucking movie came out.
yeah.
Because-
Then they're like, "Holy shit! What the fuck's wrong with DC? Is it okay?"
Yeah.
You know, but the whole time, like, you know, all of us guys that grew up reading this shit was like, "Yeah, this is just fucking." Oh, you know, y'all got to see a.
I mean, like
TV
the whole
version of Spawn in
first
the 90s.
Batman. Oh, Spawn, dude. I read Spawn. Spawn was my shit when I was
Image
younger. I probably
comics were
shouldn't.
fucking crazy.
Batman's entire first like run up, he killed people. He
Yeah.
killed the fuck out of people. In his original comic books, he literally like hung a dude from a rope from the Batjet and just kills him that way. And like they were like, "Oh shit!" So they had to tone it back because the comic CEOs were basically saying it's too nitty gritty. We're going to cancel it. So they ended up toning it back and creating the whole Batman doesn't kill thing.
And then
Yeah.
Marvel releases Deadpool. They're like, yeah,
Marvel
Sure.
Marvel released Deadpool though to make a joke on Slade
I mean, that was 20th Century Fox. That wasn't technically
for Marvel or
Deadpool.
for Deadpool
really?
the movie.
Okay.
Yeah, you're talking the movie or the comic book character itself? Yeah, the movie. Yeah, Yeah, and do you know how much like push Ryan Reynolds had to get them to be able to get the
Oh,
rights to fuck with him in the first place?
Yeah.
Oh,
Tried since 2007 or
Well,
some shit.
he signed on willingly to do the shitty Wade character from the Wolverine movie just to have a chance to do a good Wade
Yeah.
character later on.
yeah, exactly. And then that whole character was the reason he ended up having struggles later because of how negative the response was to it, as well as Green Lantern. Holy shit. We don't
Yeah,
even need to talk about
we'll
Green
talk
Lantern
about
though. If they're gonna do Green Lantern right, they would do a John Stewart and make it a black guy. Need to make a
Yeah.
black Green Lantern. That'd be perfect. Everybody loved yeah.
Well, see, nobody really knows what the fucking fate of Deadpool is because after second movie got finished but not released, Disney bought 20th Century Fox.
So
Hmm.
Ryan Reynolds has said a lot of it. I think they're going to start doing like I don't think they're going to do another individual Deadpool for a while, but I know they're probably either going to have him in a Spider-Man or something like that. Like I would lose my shit if I see Deadpool and like Deadpool and Spider-Man.
I
Because in
agree.
comics they're always fucking around together. Like
yeah, I agree.
oh my god, that would be great. And like Tom Holland would probably work out pretty well with Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
A Spider-Man.
Their personalities match up pretty
It's
well.
going to be interesting seeing what they're doing with Spider-Man 3 because they're bringing back two other original Spider-Man actors, and I think the main reason they're doing it is trying to solidify a Spider-Man.
Hmm.
So like, it's going to be really interesting because
Is Tom Holland going to be in it?
Tom Holland's going to be the focus of the Spider-Man for that universe. It's going to be like the multiverse theory with like Marvel and shit. So the other two, yeah, everybody's been. Oh my god, to see like more Spider-Man come in, it would be cool. But it's a lot of it's the hype of Miles Morales' movie that came out with the other Spider-Man. People really like
Spider-Verse.
seeing that like Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
They wanted a live action, so this is kind of them giving them that Into the Spider-Verse like vibe with the new Spider-Man.
Yeah, but do you think? I mean, that's going to be the Spider-Man movie, though.
Yeah, it's the next Spider-Man. So,
Disney just released back in November a humongous amount of trailers for upcoming series that they're doing.
yeah,
Not
I'm
movies,
kind of hyped.
series.
Mhm.
Some of them I'm a little
They're
hyped for.
hitting the Marvel What If series.
Like if you think you
Like
think 3
female
Spider-Man
Iron
in
Man.
a movie is weird, wait till you see what WandaVision and that whole shit is
I was
going to
gonna
be.
bring that up
Oh my God.
because I'd never heard of that
Comic books
until
are going to be nuts. Like the comics for it were crazy. It's basically like Wanda and Vision getting together and trying to settle themselves into regular life.
yeah.
Like Vision trying to live as a human and
That's
Wanda
gonna
trying
be
to
out on
like
Disney Plus this
get
month.
a
I
grip on
think.
her powers.
And I'm definitely
Aw.
watching it because I've never seen that shit before. There's so
Yeah,
much
the What If
Marvel shit
series,
I've never seen.
The What If series is
is-
going to be lit too.
It's amazing. Like they
Yeah.
just go and just like
Yeah.
pick a primary main thing out of a particular series, and are
Yeah.
like, "Oh, what if it was this?"
Like the ones they're
And then
doing
they
right now,
portray that whole series.
they have like what if T'Challa was where Star Lord. So what if T'Challa was the one that got picked up instead of Peter Quill?
Oh wow.
What if Captain America's a zombie? What if actually they might end up doing they should totally do that. That'd be lit. It's like the Marvel zombie universe, and the stories with that were amazing.
Mhm.
Like it starts because Spider-Man gets like turned into a zombie basically, and in the middle of like a stadium, like he's fighting Rhino, and then the infection takes him over, and he literally bites Rhino's throat out, and that's the start of the zombie apocalypse for Marvel. That shit was awesome in comics. Like,
Kid, they had a few comics that came out that actually mixed Marvel and DC characters. I forget what they called it,
I don't know.
but it
That's happened so much.
yeah,
Yeah.
this was the first though. This was
That's hardcore, yeah.
a big thing, and they didn't just mix them to where like the Hulk meets up with fucking Batman and shit.
Yeah.
They mixed them to where like they genetically mixed.
Oh, that's hardcore.
So
yeah.
you had like Superboy and Spider-Man as the same fucking person now.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be
remember what
another
I'm talking
character,
about?
yeah.
they went wild with the what if. Like they started off, it was like, "Oh, that's interesting. Then they're like, "Oh, let's crank it to 11 while we're speedballing coke."
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just went crazy.
Yeah, the what ifs gets nuts, and it's gonna get pretty crazy with what they're gonna do for the shows too. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, it was they were interesting comics. I actually had a few of them. Just a long time ago. back in the 50s, man, when I was 16.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot. DC's gonna have to get back into their more nitty gritty, which is what I think they try to do, but They need to
DC
get
needs
darker.
away from Warner Brothers.
DC needs to get dark.
I blew somebody's mind away a couple weeks ago because they were messaging me and they were just trying to get a feel for like who I am and everything. They were like DC or Marvel, and I was like, well, DC has potential, but they just don't want to do it, so I have to go with Marvel. And they were like, wow, you know your shit, just because I said that. And I'm like, well, anybody could fucking
Yeah.
That's
make that assumption.
That's what you got to respect about Disney and what they're doing right now, because they're seeing, I don't know, other than the Star Wars mainstream movies, you know,
Yeah.
they see how much criticism they got. So when the Mandalorian came around,
Mm.
which, you know,
Mm,
Favreau is a goddamn genius.
that was such, yeah, oh my God.
But when the Mandalorian came around, they pretty much said, "Okay, have at it."
Yeah.
And they did the same thing with the Marvel movies. We're staying out of this. This one comic
yeah.
nerd
Yeah.
has a vision, and he's going to keep it all together. So we're just going to let him run with it because it's working.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dave,
Right now he's got the Midas touch. We
what's
are not
the,
going to turn it to aluminum.
the dude who
No.
did the Clone Wars, Dave it's like Dave something. He's phenomenal as well.
Animated series.
Yeah, the animated
Yeah.
series, Dave Filoni, I think.
The thing that
That guy's
I love
great.
about the first Mandalorian season,
Yeah.
The second one was awesome because Favreau wrote every episode.
Yeah.
He got different mainstream people to direct the different episodes,
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
but he wrote each one, you know. So it was still other people's visions along with it, you know, someone who was always wanted to be involved with
Yeah.
the Star Wars universe or whatever, but they didn't write the story behind it.
Yeah.
He didn't do that in the first season. He wrote like the first or second one and then like the last.
Hmm.
Other people wrote, the same director would be the writer, and all.
You can see that with their Marvel movies as well. As like you can see the ones where they let the directors and the actors. Like Thor Ragnarok is a great example. 80% of that movie is them freely just saying their lines and improvising.
Yeah.
While that movie was receptive so well, if you go and look at like what was it, like Ant-Man? Ant-Man, they had pushed so much of like a corporate demand of like what Disney wanted out of that movie, and they didn't give the directors very much to work with. It got a very negative response.
Well, that's
You can
because
see
they
like the
had-
difference between the two responses based on like the freedom the actors and the directors are given with liberties. Really, like,
They didn't have anybody that wanted Ant-Man. They didn't think it would
Yeah.
work.
man, oh
I mean, it's all right.
yeah,
I haven't
I
got there
like
yet.
Paul Rudd. I don't know if he's the correct person that should have been Ant-Man. But
Yeah.
he did all right.
yeah. He
You
does
know,
make for like
but-
a weird character there.
I was a little
Well, like-
I don't see him as
Iffy
a
about
fucking superhero.
no.
Well, it's not even that. Like Paul Rudd with the character for Ant-Man, like Ant-Man's character in the comics is actually very like conceited, and Paul Rudd adds more of like a comedic effect
Yeah.
to that character. While that character, like the whole fall of that character and him and Ultron, is the fact that that character was so like in his head about how unimportant he felt on the Avengers team in this,
Sure.
and it led him into making Ultron and then combining with Ultron to become this fucked up thing. And like, oh my god, the whole universe gets fucked because of it.
Yeah.
And like that was why that character was Hank Pym. That was why that character was so. That's the name of the character. That's why that character was so important. But to me, Paul Rudd adds more of like,
He had to mansplain to the female in the room.
yeah. Like what the character's name is.
Yeah, it's okay. 'Cause I
I
haven't
know.
seen the movie.
She still hasn't even seen Infinity War and shit.
Fuck.
I'm working down the line.
This is what she says every time.
Watching it in
No.
fucking order.
My wife knows almost nothing about Marvel anything, and they found a list online and started from the very beginning.
That's
and
what
this
I'm
list
doing.
was
Yeah, that's what Caitlin's doing.
Yeah.
start to finish, and,
Yep.
and in doing so, she loves it. She
Yeah.
really likes
Nice.
it,
Yeah.
And I
and it for someone who didn't read the comics or do anything like that, it's the perfect Marvel universe. For it.
yeah, and
Yeah,
that's what I
get
like
that.
about it too, because all the movies that I still haven't seen, it really does, instead of watching them as they came out by year, watching them this way, I like it a lot more, especially like because growing up I've seen all the Hulk, I've seen Iron Man's, I've seen the first two of the Avengers, and I've seen majority of the things that came out in the early years when they started the whole Marvel universe, but I haven't seen anything.
Change subject.
God,
Have you seen Mandalorian?
he's
All of it?
Mm-hmm.
Have you?
Yeah.
Have you?
Nope.
None of it?
No, I don't really sit down and watch a lot of TV.
Yeah, it's having the time to watch those
Fair
two
enough.
because they're about an hour long, aren't they? Or 30 minutes?
Well, 30
Some-
to-
Yeah.
30, 45.
If you count the end credits, music, and everything, that's
I watch it
like-
all. Because
yeah,
I
I get
watch
that.
it
Dude, the
all.
music is
The
phenomenal.
music just,
Are you a Star Wars
It's
I've
fan?
heard a
so-
lot of
at all?
good stuff.
yeah.
Well, I might get kicked off of here, but I'm actually not a huge Star Wars fan.
Okay, cool. Then
Uh,
I'm going to talk about all this
but-
shit because you don't give a fuck.
He doesn't want to spoil it for you, though.
Listen,
Well,
yeah, that's
here's my stance on Star Wars. I appreciate the originals for what they did for the movie industry that was so far ahead of their time.
Right.
Right.
That's fair, yeah.
I appreciate the newer ones because they extended on into a story that had been left vacant for what, 15,
How
20
new?
years almost.
When you say newer
Well,
ones.
So like when I was in high school, so that was whatever come out in the 90s.
The one with Christian, I don't like sand.
Hayden
Liam
Christensen.
Thank
Neeson
you.
was
That guy.
was one
That's
of
how I
the-
was bringing it
yeah.
up. That was the
Bale?
meme. No,
So the
I just knew it was
episode-
Christian
the
something.
Episode 1, 2,
Hayden
and 3.
Christensen. Thank you.
And then the newer ones, I've watched a couple of them, and I like
Garbage.
them as an individual standalone movie. I can,
Yeah.
I can sit and watch. I don't have to do them in chronological. I can just kind of watch around, and I appreciate them for a decent movie.
Right.
Like I even kind of like Jar Jar Binks because I've got friends that are just as annoying as that fuck.
I don't
But-
keep friends as annoying as that fuck.
I don't
But, you
want
know,
an add-on
but when it comes
character
down
that
to
wasn't
it,
in the books.
I can't be a fanboy on it. It's just I never really dived into the story.
I think every
Yeah.
podcast I've worn a different
Star Wars shirt. Yeah.
Probably.
But no, I'm a huge fan. It's the premise behind it's awesome. We got to talk about the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Did you guys understand everything that happened in that
A good bit.
fucking show?
Depends on what you mean.
You guys know who
What?
fucking Thrawn is?
No, that's where it gets a little farther.
Thrawn?
Yeah, that's where it's going to get a little farther for me. Like, I knew this.
See, this is where I'm fucked because, like, not just with Star Wars, with the Marvel movies too. Is why
Yeah.
I wanted to bring this up because Marvel movies, I got way too many comics in my brain and way too many of the fucking cartoons in the '90s in my brain.
See, my
Yeah.
issue with Marvel is the fact that, like, half the characters for the movies that were supposed to be there in the comics weren't there because of law, like copyright law and stuff like
Right.
that.
Damn.
But-
So,
That's the problem with me in Star Wars too,
Yeah.
because audiobooks out the ass that I've listened to, so I know like
yeah.
all kinds of crazy
Yeah.
shit that you
I think
guys
the deepest
hear.
I get is, like, Ahsoka coming into
Yeah.
play and everything, you know? So, because I'm not too deep lore in terms of the Mandalorian timeline.
Well, it's
And,
not
like,
in their timeline.
Yeah.
Because the Mandalorian, the show takes place after Return of the Jedi,
Yeah.
before the new movies.
Mhm.
You know, and fuck, Boba Fett still alive. number
Yeah, it's
one,
around when Luke is trying to start up his Jedi Union and stuff.
Academy
Yeah.
Yeah.
Union.
You, I mean, I don't know.
Don't pay dues.
Word.
Pay dues. But yeah, the Academy.
Yeah.
But the ending for that just brought up all kinds of other questions, like where the fuck did the child go?
That's my head is like, they had
Yeah.
never mentioned Grogu. Like, isn't it Grogu?
Grogu.
Yeah, they've never mentioned Grogu in the comics, anywhere, in the books, anywhere.
That's what the Baby Yoda.
And so I'm like, what the fuck is Baby Yoda in terms of Luke's students? Like, did he get killed by Kylo Ren with the whole shit? Like, with Kylo fucking up Luke's academy and all that, and like, what's up? Like, So, like, did he send Grogu off somewhere else, and Grogu just wasn't involved with that?
Yeah,
I'm like-
I can't wait to see where Grogu.
There's like a ton of filler information here, which is probably going to be like Mandalorian season 3, but
the show's called The Mandalorian.
hmm
Grogu's gone.
yeah,
So we don't even know if we'll see the fucker again.
that's true.
May not. I
Yeah.
mean,
We don't even know the series.
at the end of the
is gonna continue.
Mandalorian,
Yeah.
it said the
Isn't-
Boba
isn't
Fett
he, like,
series was coming out next year.
The king of a planet now? Isn't he like technically the king of a planet now?
Yeah, he took back his throne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it his throne in the first place, or he
He-
just ended up on the throne?
He came back like it was because he wanted that motherfucker that was sitting in the chair, and he said,
He wanted the motherfucker who was sitting in the chair though, because Grogu was involved, and then he ended up killing him. And in Mandalorian law, if you beat someone, you end up getting their shit or the dark saber. And that's why what's her face didn't accept the dark saber, because the first time she'd had it in books and comics,
"Yeah,
she'd actually earned it, but had lost it before he had ended up getting it. That was cool shit.
if Thrawn comes in,
Fallen, I
Yeah.
have not
So
played
this-
that Marvel
It's
game.
his saber,
I heard it
isn't
was
it?
ass.
No? Okay. Who's Thrawn?
Thrawn is the first true alien from outside of the system.
Okay.
There's a whole other fucking galaxy that he's from
Yeah.
that his people rule,
Yeah.
and they are much more evolved than.
I'm pulling up my phone real quick. I want to see Thrawn.
You want to see his face?
Yeah.
He's blue, red eyes, looks humanoid. But he's like methodical as fuck. He's like, I don't even know how to explain him. He's old as fuck. He's methodical as fuck.
How do you spell his name? Oh, never mind. Here it is.
Um,
Oh, yeah, these guys. Yeah.
but he, they
I just thought it was Thrawn.
they were the first
I
thing.
know it was Thrawn.
They were the first ones to invent like almost like
Wasn't it space? I thought it was like space travel or whatever.
no, like cloaking.
Oh,
ships.
cloaking.
Yeah.
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 They were the first ones to come up with that shit, and
Hmm.
you know, because that doesn't really exist in the Star Wars
Yeah.
universe, you know. But they're the him and Vader had several. Well, when he was Anakin a long time ago, they had missions together. That's where they
Mm.
first met, and then him and Vader had another mission after that. After Anakin became Vader,
Yeah.
while the Emperor was still in power, because they were looking for something. And the Emperor was basically trying to talk Thrawn into giving up the secrets of how the fuck you make the technology
Yeah.
to do cloaking
So you can
on
use it
ships.
for shit.
Yeah, so you can basically like cloak a bunch of fucking Star Destroyers
Yeah.
and kill everything. But it never happened. And he ended up leaving. Because basically it came to the point where he had to choose, you know, because they're, when I say they're meticulous, they take their like jobs
Yeah.
the way that, I don't know, mothers see their children.
Hmm.
You know, like do anything to better themselves
Yeah.
and their families, you know.
So where does he play into the Mandalorian? Like, is he like the step up of like, what is it, like a Mandalorian versus Thrawn like war? Because like they were bringing up the fact that the Mandalorians already had a war before this that was huge
Oh, God,
with the Jedi. So like,
well,
is
yeah,
it like a
that
new
was
war entrance into season 3? Like,
back in Revan's and Malik's time?
Yeah.
That was
oh yeah, it was huge.
years ago.
And the Mandalorian, like they were a threat. They still are, but like, oh,
barely.
modern day now. I mean, they're still pretty like hardcore, but they got a planet.
Okay, but
It's very skillful and
look at,
tactical.
look at how many you saw in the new movie.
That's fair. Yeah, yeah. That pretty much about says it. Yeah,
So
they're just a tiny
Yeah.
union at this
there
point.
used to be a planet. I mean, the entire
Yeah.
planet was Mandalore. The
Yeah.
Mandalorian planet
Yeah,
was filled with those motherfuckers.
Yeah.
yeah. I remember that. Yeah,
So yeah, I'm getting way too off on Star Wars.
it's okay.
The shit that I've read.
Well, all right. Here, I got another topic for you. Have you seen how they've been talking about how if Star Wars is going to make another impact in games, they're going to have to come up with another open world MMO? So something a little like,
good.
um,
Fallen Order.
yeah, it was good. You know, Star Wars: The Old Republic. So there's been speculation they're going to come out with something like that. It's like an open world Star Wars S game.
MMO or
Something like that. I want a character create. If I specifically could demand for a new Star Wars game, I would love another character creation game with almost. If it was MMO style, I probably wouldn't complain, honestly. But if it's like open world esque and character
It's
creation,
not
that
the
sounds
same.
lit, dude.
Dude, no. I've
Come on.
played Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2 and went all the way through.
Yeah,
If you tried to go back and play those games now,
I still have. Yeah, I've got Star Wars: The Old
They're
Republic on my
shit.
computer. They're so good though.
they're shit.
They're so good though.
No,
They look like shit.
no, they look like shit. The controls are
You didn't like the story and like all that?
No, that was
That was awesome. Yeah,
that was fine.
as fuck.
But
This was a game that was here when I was
your
8.
Expectations there were going to be from when you thought it was so awesome when you were a fucking kid.
That's fair.
Okay,
But, I mean, with the tech that they have right
if-
now for
if-
MMOs,
if
okay.
whatever comes out, you're
Yeah.
going to be disappointed. It's an automatic disappointment.
Nah, I've got
because
enough
you're
games to
not
fuck with
going
me
to
like
it
that.
as much as you liked it when you were a kid.
That's fair. That's like a biasism I can agree to, but I've already had that heart shaking feeling with a few games. I've already had that broken a few times this year with
Tell me
other
I'm
games.
wrong,
Okay.
Bubba.
I'm not even
How many
saying
times
you're
you go
wrong.
back and watch a movie that you fucking loved as a kid, and then you
Oh,
watch it again, and you're
man.
like, "This movie's dumb as shit."
I've had some that
Yeah.
have
There's
been
also
awesome.
been a few that even when I go, visually this sucks, but it's still as good as I remember.
Yeah,
I can say that about quite a
Avatar: The
few.
Last Airbender.
Like, the popular ones, Star Wars, the Indiana Jones, Back to the Futures, shit like that. Always going to be good. I can't say the same thing about ET with the walkie talkies and shit like that.
Yeah. Oof. Yeah. I don't know. It's the fact that it's going to be EA and that whole company anyway is going to have me like about it, but like
If they keep the contract.
we'll see. They could just remaster Star Wars: The Old Republic and I'd play the fuck out of it. I'd buy that whole $60 game. I wouldn't even give a shit. It'd be $60 too.
You talking about Knights of the Old Republic?
No.
Or just
I was cool with Knights of the Old Republic. I like the next one.
I mean, I love the Malik and Revan stories.
That shit's awesome.
They need to make a fucking movie.
Dude,
I'm sorry, Fallen.
what was
He
it?
asked a question earlier. Asked if any of us have played the Marvel game that came out.
No, it was I heard it was garbage.
It sucks. I played a little bit of it.
I heard it was really, really bad. I have a buddy who's got it on Xbox.
Saying him.
Isn't that only a console game?
I think
It's online?
Yeah.
Oh, well. I did not get to play it. I didn't really have an attraction to play it either. I've seen a lot with like the gameplay, but with Marvel and comic book stuff for me specifically, I have a lot of bias in the fact that if it's not with comics, I'm already judging it.
Well,
So
Well, as far as like games, when it comes to that kind of stuff, I've got a lot of failures to look back on,
oh,
like Nintendo 64 Superman,
oh.
the first Spider-Man game. So
Yeah.
I try to stay away from like some of the
Admittedly, the Spider-Man
Marvel
games have
game.
been some of the solid games for like hero games, like Spider-Man and Arkham and
but
Batman.
not for PlayStation.
like,
What was it, PlayStation?
The Batman ones
1
have
or
always been pretty
PlayStation 2?
solid. The PlayStation 1 2 one was really shit. I did play that one.
I really just think
But-
some games shouldn't even be made if they're based off of movies.
no, I love the Arkham game.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
man,
no, that one
Batman
is-
Arkham Knight, that shit's fire.
Every one of them.
Oh,
Even the one with the goddamn car. I kind of hate the car.
you didn't like the
I
car?
really, well, I mean,
I
I
liked
liked it, but it seemed like it
That was cool.
took too much of the story. I hate being fucking sneaky in games.
That's Batman.
I know,
That's Batman, bro.
but that's where I enjoy it.
Yeah, he does have that like I'll go
I
in and
love
beat the shit out of
Assassin's
people
Creed,
too,
like
though.
you guys were talking about
Yeah.
earlier, but I hate the missions where you just can't fucking be seen.
Yeah, they should totally make it where like you it's the options there.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's like
The
a mechanic
Assassin's
that should
Creed
just be
style.
available.
You can go in, be stealth, and take care of it. You can go in loud and proud if you want to.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't
Either
like the
way,
ones
you're gonna
that,
get it taken
that-
care of.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't like the ones where they force you. You have to be stealth because if you get seen, missions over.
Well,
Hate
They
that shit.
they never do the opposite end of that. They never make you go in, go loud, and force the people who are 100% stealth all the time to get out of their comfort zone.
Yeah.
They never want to make a game that's not above mature.
What, you talking Batman? Oh,
Mature rated.
yeah. Wasn't Arkham Knight? Those were all teeth? They literally showed Jason Todd got tortured for a year on the fucking game. Like,
There was no blood. There wasn't anybody stabbing anybody in the fucking neck with a blade in the wrist.
I don't know. Didn't Joker's face get like half melted off in the last one
Oh,
when he
yeah.
died and shit? Oh,
Yeah.
spoilers! If you haven't played that fucking game, fuck you. I don't know what to tell you. But
Thinking the same thing about.
that was like
Superman
2 years ago.
Superman.
That game was out 3 years ago almost. I think it was about 2 years ago. The most recent one.
Yeah, the car one.
Yeah,
Sounds re-
that's the one where Joker gets fucking killed.
Yeah.
I'm pretty confident, isn't it?
no,
No, that was the last one then.
it was the one before that.
I didn't play the one with the car, so that's what's got me fucked up.
He was
Okay,
just.
so
he was just like,
Google
you
here.
like the car?
I played it, I didn't beat it, and so when I define like me as playing a game and having the experience of it, it's like, all right, you go through it and you beat it and you know the game. I was over at my buddy Coven's house just playing on it, like, oh, this car's fucking sick, but I don't have the game to fuck with like
Well,
the whole
according
story
to-
and
To the Google, Batman Arkham Knight was the first Batman title to get an M rating.
Oh.
yeah,
Nice.
And that was the car one.
yeah. I
Huh.
think that's the same one where
So
like
the one where the Joker melted his face off and everything was
Violent.
PG-13.
Look
fuck.
what Fallen said.
What did he say? I don't have my comics.
Said, back to you being a 5,000-year-old vampire again.
Oh yeah, I'm bright white.
I have better lighting now, Fallen. He still looks like that.
This is just my look, man. I don't know. I don't leave my house. I'm
Like
pale.
he's got to wear a blanket when he rides with Cryptic over here because she can't see when she's driving. So he's got to cover his ass up.
Well, we just won't do lighting on this side of the room for me.
Like
Just cut these off.
I don't got to turn my porch light on when they leave. It's great.
You can see the glare in the window when I'm coming up. You know I'm here. Yeah.
He's like those guys with the really bald heads, like my brother.
Hey, not bald.
I didn't say you were.
He's like your whole body is, dude.
Drew
Dude, you're not
is
bald, bro. You
a
just really
living
bright.
embodiment of the old Invasion of the Body Snatcher aliens.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. Well, I'll take back to. You keep going. You keep going. Yeah. Take bald.
I could be worse, but you're in the same room with me.
Just don't sparkle because vampires don't
Yeah,
sparkle.
that's fair.
Okay, it wasn't Invasion of the Body Snatcher. What was that? Cancun. That's what it was. Where they all glowed.
What?
I don't
Talking
know.
about Tommy knockers?
Nah, I'm gonna find a picture of it, throw it up in Discord.
Oh God.
I don't
Like-
know what you're talking about.
Cocoon.
Just put at that dirty
Okay.
druid when you do it. He's talking about lava.
Oh God.
yeah.
Invasion of the body snatchers. That's harsh.
Here it is.
Oh God.
He's
Oh,
gonna turn
God.
into a podcast just roasting me at this point. Like, what? We'll get a tan.
I love you, Drew. Just remember, I really love you.
Tan.
Where did you put it? Put it in our chat or
Wear a
did you put it
speedo
in
and go
admin?
sit in the sun for a while or something. I don't even have a speedo.
Where are you putting the picture at, Lava? Oh God.
I just tagged
no.
Drew in it.
God. Here we go. What? That white dude looks like J Rock off of fucking Trailer Park Boys, like an old version of him.
Trying to remember his name. He just died in 2020.
Really? No.
Crazy actor. He was in the first Rambo. He was the sheriff.
Damn.
He's
Oh,
a lot of iconic
Fuck
roles.
2020.
Okay, here we go.
I don't think 2021 is going to be any better.
Yeah, the expectation
Probably
just because
not.
it's a new year that it's going to be better, it's not going to be good. So,
Yeah.
just throwing that out there. You might want to make an expectation to do better yourself if you really want a better year. Anyway.
Yep, that's all we're doing.
Oh fuck, wow, yeah, that is pretty. That's fair. I'll take that one.
Shit.
I'll just take that one and be okay. Just get the picture and like put it in the podcast and then just put it
Where do you
next to
put
my,
it? I'm trying to find it.
Go to my general chat under my peg in the Discord.
My teeth. Click.
Yeah.
Click that.
Yeah.
That's pretty good,
Yeah.
Lava.
Yeah.
And then go to Drew.
I'm sorry, I got my
My
old
eyes that
movies
dark?
Yeah.
confused.
I know. Shut up.
Roll up.
I know what I'm doing.
No, you're not.
Yes, I
What are
do.
you doing? You're just sitting there.
No, I'm trying to get the fucking scroll bar to come up.
Just
I'm using the goddamn pad.
you put
I
your-
can't.
put your cursor over there. You can
There's no scroll on my pad.
Cryptic, get his
You
reading
understand?
hold
glasses.
it and just yeah. Do you know how you do this right here?
You're gonna kill the man.
I'm
She's
just
done all this
so-
work to get this podcast together. And she's
This
just
is the
hassling
fucking
him like
picture.
this, guys.
No,
Like,
do you understand that I'm not using this?
I know you're using the pad on the.
those of you wondering what we're talking
I couldn't bring
just
the
gonna do
fucking
this.
side
about, Fallen
scroll
went to the chat to see it.
to actually move
This
it.
is
Yeah.
what Lava Hentai look like.
Jesus Christ.
So
I
I look
pulled
like
up
one of
the
these
picture.
guys. Wow.
Yeah.
Pulled up
I'm
the
trying to find it
This is like something from Doctor
so
Who.
I can show everyone on the fucking stream.
Damn, Fallen. You're not supposed to support him on this fall.
Oh shit!
Supposed to have my back.
It's a dog eat dog world. What are you expecting?
And Druid's wearing it, milk bone underwear.
Damn.
Bone underwear.
I do wear some nice boxer
That movie
briefs,
come
man.
out in 1985.
Wow, that was a good 11 years before my time, man.
2 years
Yeah.
after I was born.
Ooh.
Now everybody can see it.
Now everybody can see the meme we're talking
Oh
about.
damn, that's harsh. You're right.
One of those is Drew. Pick one of the glowy people, and that's Drew.
No, I'm the guy in the fucking back.
Oh, you're the
Yeah, the
guy?
old guy. Yeah,
No, you're
you're
the glowy guy.
Yeah, I felt it coming. Oh, oh damn! You put that
This
shit
is
right up.
the one on the very right.
Wow. And then he's like looking there. He's like,
Hell yeah!
Jesus Christ.
I don't put my profile
What's
for
that
a week.
movie? Well,
Body
Cocoon.
Snatcher. Oh no, that's Cocoon.
Cocoon.
Okay.
Yeah,
I've
so
heard
Body
of
that
Snatcher
first
was
one?
another old one.
Was that the first one?
That's the very first one. Yeah,
Damn. My mom used to love those fucking movies.
I mean that had Wilford Brimley in it,
Yeah.
and that's a name. That's a name from our past.
That's the only way I know Will.
I got diabetes on a horse.
Beat us.
You guys know what's crazy? Cryptic's like grandpa looks just like Wilford Brimley.
Does actually, yeah,
That's cool.
yeah.
It's
It's actually really
because he's
it's
Irish.
pretty close.
Except he's the size of a leprechaun.
Irish.
Also true. Yeah.
It's good stuff. What next?
Yeah, what else we got? What's on the topic list?
Fox wants to blow up Mars. Do we know why?
He's messing with the atmosphere. We talked about that last time, didn't we?
No, we did not. We did not talk about him
That
blowing
last
up.
time.
Talking about
Elon
something?
Musk wants to shoot missiles at Mars to possibly terraform it so we can live there.
Yeah,
That's
do it.
pretty much it.
all for it.
I'm actually, I'd be cool with
Where
it.
do I subscribe to him?
Well, I mean, I'm
Because
ready.
I'm gonna.
So all he
Yeah,
wants to do is
honestly, like
just.
he wants to put a civilization on Mars. I'm okay with that. I'll be a part of it.
Well, I
I'll
knew he
sign up.
wanted to do that, but I didn't know blowing up Mars had anything to do with that.
We'll have better Wi-Fi on
If you-
Mars
if you
than we
can
will.
I bet we
I
do.
can see it.
Get
If
Google
you
Fiber.
can do or even get enough heat where the polar ice caps are to actually melt enough water, it would create an atmosphere around the planet. The
Yeah.
explosion would have to be massive.
We would
but-
need like the oxygen from plants and stuff in the first place to build
well,
that.
it would
but-
make the ice melt so the water.
yeah,
would
and then
actually
the like,
condensate
yeah,
and create the atmosphere.
and they talked about they found like proof of biology on the planet that's dormant in rocks and shit. So
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
possible, but it's also like a million years from now possible.
You don't know what that dude does, man.
That's fair as Elon Musk.
Before in 10 years, I'll be living in a robot body. Brain will be in there.
That'd be crazy.
Brand spanking.
They do
new.
say by 2040 we're supposed to have the answers to immortality as like a not as like a sickness or an accident, but as like an aging.
2037, we're supposed to actually that's closer than you think.
It probably is with the way
Yeah.
we're going, but
Actually,
it's only gonna be rich old white dudes who have it though.
2037,
Being real there.
2037, I believe, is
Yeah.
what they said. Singularity. The first person will be able to upload their consciousness. And
Oh, that'll be crazy.
Yeah,
I just saw
Yeah.
this past
Low
weekend
key.
they had a 90% sex rate, 90% success rate of quantum
computing.
shit.
Yeah, I was about to say
Not
anybody
computing,
who's like
quantum
Leap.
shit where you go
Quantum
from
leap?
one space to another.
oh yeah.
Teleportation.
Teleportation, quantum teleportation of
I saw that
roughly
too.
about 27 miles.
No, they
90% success
listen.
rate.
No, they fucking
What's the 10%? You're
Failure.
fucking
IBM.
nowhere.
No, no.
Don't know where you are.
IBM.
We lost
There
them.
was a fucking article that I read in Popular Mechanics in 1994. IBM created a teleporter in one of their research labs that could actually transport an apple from one room to another.
That's
A
hardcore.
for real fucking thing that you might be able to find if they didn't squash the whole goddamn thing. I read it in a magazine in Popular Mechanics, like mainstream magazine at the
Yeah.
time, before the fucking internet was big and shit.
That's hardcore.
In 88, maybe 89, Honda came out with a car that got 60 miles per gallon.
Mm-hmm.
They also had like multiple different people make engines that don't run on gas that have just been swept under the rug or
Allegedly.
killed.
Allegedly.
Yeah, I mean, they had the guy who like
So
he
I was
made like an engine. What was it? Here, go ahead, Lava.
my dad really got into this whole about 6 years ago about a perpetual motion machine using magnets
Man, I know
to,
so many
to
people that
spin
want to try
a
that shit.
turbine, basically to turn a fan,
Uh-huh.
which would turn a generator to create its own energy,
Uh-huh.
which would. Well, there's a whole bunch of anyway.
Yeah.
We got into it, and so we was kind of talking about on paper how good it worked, but in reality, blah 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 blah. Anyway, we led us to this YouTube down rabbit hole. Where we found a video of a dude who supposedly had piped a motor, like a regular side shaft Honda motor, let's just say.
Uh-huh.
But he piped it to where the exhaust would come out, would downsize, making it more compressive, and go back into the piston. So you needed a small shot of fuel to get it started, but the pressure that released from the exhaust would turn the piston, and it would be perpetually running.
Oh, yeah.
And
because
he
it's
had a
pressure.
working apparatus.
Right.
But even
and
then,
he
that's still
started-
like
But
Yeah.
see, the thing is this: so he wouldn't let nobody test it,
I hear loud music.
mainly because he would say that it would give off radiation for some whatever reason, and he'd throw a little test strip on there, beat people back up. But when he died, it died.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what happened to it.
Wow.
So the conspiracy theory, he was killed, he was this, he was that.
yeah.
When in reality, there's no scientist will tell you that that is possible.
Right.
You can't create power from something like you can't sit in a sailboat
Well, like
with a humongous fucking fan and blow yourself all over the world.
Well, like with the engine specifically speaking, if you're going to get legit with it, it makes that burst of energy, but that burst of energy goes to push a piston. It pushes the piston, and then the exhaust energy goes out the exhaust. Even then,
Mhm.
it's not actual like forced energy. It's the exhaust energy from what was spent to move that piston in the first place. So you could have it going circularly through something as infinitely as you think it would be, but as it hits that piston again, the energy is still going to go
Yeah,
down,
it'll
and you still have to
lose.
have something to produce more energy. So it's not
Yeah.
what it is basically just a way of better using energy, maybe. But I don't see with like a car specifically, you'd want to put your exhaust back into your car. Your engine's like usability would go down by a year or something. I feel like you'd be just putting waste in your car at that point.
Yeah, I mean it's
like
but the stuff with it is pretty cool. I got
It's
a great
interesting,
uncle who
yeah.
was in the vocational school, auto mechanic vocational school in high school in the 70s.
yeah,
Who
So he's
they
up
had
to
a
date.
car donated to him,
Yeah.
and they literally rigged up a compressor, took the spark plugs out, rigged up these fittings, put a compressor on it, and had a timed mechanism for the compressor to release air, and
yeah,
had a car completely driven off of compressed air.
that's cool.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
What if the engine you were speaking of, Drew, was electric?
yeah. I mean, that's like how they do them in the first place, like that with an electric one. It runs the pistons. I don't know enough about cars to really give you a fact there.
There are no pistons though in electric engine.
It's all a brushless motor.
I don't know that shit.
Right.
That's where I'm
My
lost. I
my
don't know
theory
cars.
about electric cars and how it could be. I mean, I don't know the science behind it, so I might be way off base. But why couldn't you hook I don't know if it'd be an alternator
Mhm.
to each of your wheels, and as
Yeah.
it spins the alternator, which in turn charges the batteries, which in turn
Yeah.
powers the car.
I think that's
I
kind of
thought-
how like
I
certain
thought it's the
eco.
same fucking thing. Actually.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of how like my car specifically. As you do the gas, it charges the battery. As it does the battery, it does the gas. So it like
Yeah.
lessens each other. It makes it last longer with gas mileage and
So
stuff.
they're starting to
And that's like
implement
the EcoBoost
into
cars. So
with like Ferrari and stuff. I know it's way outside of our
yeah.
wheelhouse as far as what we have driving,
Wish
but
I could, speaking of that
they
Ferrari,
took the yeah, yeah, right. But they took the
every
the
vampire I know
science.
has a Ferrari.
yeah.
Yeah.
Every
So
hey, it's your boy.
Well, they took the technology off of one of the Ferrari's Indy cars, like an F1 car.
Uh-huh.
And so when they go into a curve, you let off the accelerator, but you still got all this energy that's getting expelled, and it would go into this device. And when they get around this bend and they hit the throttle again, it would actually use not only the throttle energy coming fresh push, but also the built up
So it could
the kinetic energy that it's stored, and they wouldn't lose any energy in that turn.
That's awesome.
Ferrari's now taking it and putting some of their higher cars and working
Hell
on how
yeah.
to put it in all of their cars.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how
Nice.
Black Panther's suit works.
Yeah. His boots.
Kinetic energy.
Yeah. And then he takes it and he can go like boom with it.
He builds it up as he moves, and then he can like release it.
And blow people up and shit.
Drew,
What do you
what
got?
were you watching last night when I came in there? You were watching like video game trailers or something?
Oh, we were just watching like the video game awards trailers. It was
Oh,
basically what we'd already talked about from that last
I was
podcast.
wondering if you had found
No,
anything.
Emmett hadn't seen it, and we were watching it. That was where I saw the there's a new Dragon Age teaser,
Yeah.
which is cool. But again, it's just like the Mass Effect one, where all it was cinematics.
Yeah.
EA,
So
EA,
Yeah.
they make
Yeah.
quality AAA games.
they make really quality AAA cutscenes. There you go. Back to Star Wars: Old Republic. Their fucking cutscenes were phenomenal.
They were.
Those Star Wars cutscenes were litty.
They were.
It was like it gave you the hype.
Did you ever play the MMO?
Yeah.
The Old Republic?
I worshipped it. Yeah, I love that MMO.
I kind of wish they redo.
That was like for my age when I was playing MMOs was my World of Warcraft kind of.
Two things. First thing, I wish they
Actually,
would
World of Warcraft.
redo Star
I'll
Wars
play that now.
Galaxies and make it to where it wasn't the MMO, but it was like a multiplayer, some kind
That'd be
of
lit.
like a Left 4 Dead type.
They need to
server.
just go back.
Yeah.
It's like 2,000 years to where the Jedi were fucking crazy powerful.
Oh, they need to make.
They need to make it to where the Jedi and the Sith, right in the middle of that turmoil, that's the world, and it's the whole fucking galaxy, and that's the MMO.
Yep.
And an open world MMO, you can be on either side. It's just like fucking Star Wars: The Old Republic, kind of. But
Secondly,
oh,
I can't wait for the next Arkham game to come out
Arkham, yeah,
because it's going to be co-op.
yeah. Have you seen the Is that what that one is with There's one coming out, and it supposedly starts with Batman dies, and
Yep.
you play as. Is that the new Arkham?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that one's
You
hype.
play
I'm really ready.
Robin,
You play all the
Batgirl,
different Robins.
and
They're all
Nightwing.
you just throw them all together. Just throw them all
They're
together.
not the same person.
No, they're not, but they're basically all Robins. So whatever.
Batgirl's in there.
You want me to name them all? What are the names of Batgirls? There's a lot. It's like 4.
Really?
Cassandra Cain, Barbara Gordon.
It's 2. He's got 2. He's got 2. That's all. I was going to
I don't
Google it
fuck
now.
with them, man. I like Tim Drake, Jason Todd. Cassandra Cain's crazy because she's like the number one. Do you know Shiva?
Cryptic looks so interested in this conversation.
She's not.
No, all I'm thinking about is how disappointed I was when they didn't bring Gordon Levitt back in and make a movie off of him.
Nightwing.
Yeah, and make Nightwing. Yeah,
Christopher Nolan's.
yeah. That's all I think about when you
Loki, that was like a really good setup too. The way they did it.
started bringing up
Did you watch
Batman
those
again. I'm sitting here
Dark
thinking about the
Knight?
disappointment I
Here's
had.
what gets me with that. You know what the
Christian Bale Batman movie.
You know when he
Yes.
gets like he supposedly blows up in the nuke, but at the end they still show him with Catwoman at the table, and like it's like Alfred's like seeing him on the vacation. Was that just like an ending dream of like Alfred was hoping it that way, or did you think
I have
Christopher?
no idea. I hated the third one.
Oh, I liked it. That scene where like Alfred's in front of the tombstone, and he's like, "I failed you, Bruce." That's like the saddest shit
Yeah.
ever. It's like I fucking failed you. And I'm like, no, he fucking failed him. This shit's sad as fuck. Yeah, you know what I'm going to talk about?
Yeah, they had such a good setup
It's the
to
third
bring in
one.
Nightwing, and
It's the last one. Yeah,
That's- DC sucks ass.
But I
We
mean,
got
you still
that.
saw him flying though after the fucking bomb.
So you see the bomb. You see the bomb go. So remember in the movie how Alfred had said he had wished that Bruce had just dropped it all, and he had seen Bruce just disappeared. And when he had disappeared to try and become Batman, he had wished Alfred was hoping he would see him in a restaurant over in France when he would go and visit, and he was hoping he would look over and just see Bruce with the whole family. Well, the movie ends. Bruce blows himself up, right? It ends, and it cutscenes later into the last cutscene. It's Alfred at that same diner, and he looks over and he sees Bruce with Catwoman. and they're having dinner, and Bruce looks at him and just tags his cap, and that's it, and that's the end of the movie. But the other end of the movie, before the credits had rolled, was Alfred sitting there and saying he had failed him, he had died this, and all the Wayne stuff was getting scattered out, and he had given it to what was supposed to be Nightwing, the new Robin.
Mhm.
I'm surprised we haven't lost more viewers yet. I don't think anybody
I
gives
think
a
we
shit.
just gained.
Oh,
Chomping
nice.
just followed us.
You know what? If that had not
Thanks.
been
That's my
Lava's
fits.
sister, and that had been a random person who just followed us for my rant about Batman, I would have been able to rant about whatever I fucking want for the next like 3 podcasts, and y'all couldn't say shit. I would have so used that. I'd be like, you know what? My rant got us a follow.
I would allow-
Yeah.
I wouldn't even be here. I'll just let you just.
Well, I'm still half counting that as a free follow for my rant. So, but yeah, that's what. Yeah. Do you think he died, or do you think he actually did go to the restaurant and he made it out of the newt?
I could give a shit. I mean, as much as I've thought about that, it's just from you talking
Yeah.
for 5 minutes about it.
Yeah.
I don't care. I mean, really, it's the second one was good so far, in my opinion. The best Batman, the one with Heath Ledger Joker.
Yeah.
That was great. Yeah.
Period.
I could watch that movie all day, every day.
But I still like the old dumb shit too, like the Tim Burton. You know,
Yeah.
the first two. I mean, but that was my childhood.
Yeah.
You know, I thought that was like, it was cool as shit. Finally see fucking people playing
Batman.
Batman,
Yeah.
and it wasn't some stupid ass TV show that they were trying to make with bang pow.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
I mean, it sucked. It was horrible.
Yeah, that was like the comic. That was like the comic book ideal then too, though. So like they wanted to portray it in a way that was live action for how the comic books were,
Yeah.
and that's where that like an attraction came because the live action of comics to actual real life is hard to portray.
Scary.
Well, there's a stupid dude in a fucking bat suit.
Oh yeah. Have you ever
There you
thought
go.
about Batman?
No, okay. There's a great comic where it's like, do you know Constantine? He's like this like magician overseas, whatever. The world's ending and shit, and it's Batman sitting in the back seat with a talking chimpanzee, who's the other most impressive detective in that universe. So a talking chimpanzee is one of the other best detectives in the universe for DC that can keep up with Batman. It's Batman sitting in the back of a car with a talking chimpanzee, and then these two British magician dudes or whatever are sitting in the front, and they both look at each other and start laughing, and Batman's like, the world's ending, why are you laughing? And the chimpanzee's like, I'm a talking chimpanzee and you're a grown man in a bat suit. Let them have this. That's like that moment for me that's like,
it's
yeah.
just
Damn.
to me, Batman is. I mean, I like Batman, but just because I want to be that rich, not really because.
Well, that's kind of why he's so successful too, throwing that out there.
Huh?
If he wasn't that rich, I don't think we'd have a Batman.
No, true. We don't though.
But we don't, but you know what I mean.
Unless Bezos is running around at nighttime, I don't know.
Jeff Bezos in a bat suit. Yeah, right.
But no, I mean, think about it. This dude, he dresses up like a bat because he was scared of bats as a kid.
hmm
His own fear is his push, Richard. He uses his fear to now make the criminals feared.
But you see where I'm going with this, Lava.
Yeah,
right?
no, I see where you're going as well.
To me, it's the same as
Yeah.
fucking Jim Gaffigan, one of my favorite comedians.
Oh no.
When he says, yeah, Hot Pocket dude. When he says some shit like, you know, who fucking thought of Easter? Who thought, all right, this is Jesus's, fucking day he died.
Let's go.
I'm pretty sure Easter was a pagan
have
holiday
eggs.
too.
Yeah,
It was
that's fair.
Yeah. I don't know what Christians think.
the spring solstice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but still, I mean, that's where it went to, from the Christianity point of view, anyway.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's
Jesus Christ.
yeah.
I think I was reading a thing a while back. It's talking about Batman and how economically terrible he is for Gotham.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
More so than any
No,
of the
yeah, they
bad
go into
guys,
that
'cause he
in-
sends
Yeah.
all these people to.
They go into that
the
in the
hospital.
comics.
But yet he's instead of killing them and sending them to the morgue, he's sending them to the hospital and all these medical bills and all this shit.
Yeah,
I
but
was
that's
like,
but
see,
see,
you're
no,
right.
it's a win-win. He owns the fucking hospital, so it doesn't.
True.
He still gets
literally
paid
making himself
either
money.
way.
I got to read like a thing
That's how
about.
he never gets broke.
Oh.
All the buildings he destroys, he owns them. He just rebuilds them. It doesn't
He's
fucking
just a
matter.
slightly better
Yeah.
Lex Luthor.
You
I
think about it and like where does he like get his like consumption rate? Like if he's consuming this much money, where is he getting it all back from
It's
other
a-
than the city? Oh,
He just lives off the interest.
Damn.
whack.
Very simple.
I don't know trusts.
If you had a trust,
I grew up in a log cabin.
basically, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Oh,
Because, like, if
That's
you
fucked.
started a business, you could get the money to start that business by getting a loan from your trust to start this business.
hmm
And then when you pay it back, the trust gains interest. That's money that goes to you extra of the money from the business
Smart
is
as fuck.
making to put into the trust to pay off the loan that you got from
I
it.
didn't really follow any of this.
Are you serious?
Not really. I mean, kind of, yeah. I followed it, but I didn't.
But if the business fails,
Mhm.
it's still under the trust name. So if
Oh.
taxes or audits or anything happen, they can audit the trust and you never get fucked.
Okay, I get that. Yeah.
It's pretty brilliant.
That is a smart idea.
But the interest gain, like,
This is why
you
I don't
can-
need to
you
be in
can
charge
have-
of money stuff.
No, it's almost like 10%.
No, you don't.
So
That's
it's
why
like
I am.
if you had $10 million, or $100 million, you get $1 million a year just off interest.
Yeah.
That $10 million would never drop
Yeah.
ever.
Bills are one thing. I can handle bills. Banking and taxes and IRS and making more money? No, that's hard.
That's fine. I got this.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Anywho, what's next? Did you have something you wanted to talk about, Cryptic, since the boys have been running the show?
True. We have been Star Wars and comics full send this whole
I
time.
mean, shit, I kind of started it anyways, but I mean, I just got the list
Yeah.
here.
You
Huh?
brought it up.
Yeah,
Damn it.
You opened the fucking well.
I know I
tell
did.
you.
It just, well,
It's a
that's the
bag
point
of
of the
spiders,
podcast
like-
anyways, just to keep on going. Hell, the less we use on the list, the more we have to talk about next week.
True.
We drew out about a good hour out of that.
Through the list.
Yeah.
No, I mean, shit, there's still the fun side of the list.
We're gonna add more to it
The
too.
crazy
so,
thing is, the second one I do
yeah.
during the week, we don't have a list.
Yeah, you guys just
We
go.
just-
No, I've watched it. Yeah.
Go.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Kind of like what I come into this with is like she's the one who's had the list so far, and the list is great. But I've also just been like, we just end up talking about shit anyway.
Has
For a dead spot.
anyone's account been stimulated yet?
Yeah.
I got
Oh,
mine.
when I get in the fucking mail,
You got yours?
Yeah. We got
Yeah.
ours the other
You got
day.
yours? And you got yours?
it's in the mail. I'm getting mine
Yes, sir.
physically. I don't have direct deposit.
Yeah,
So-
he just now got direct deposit last
don't
year.
have- I don't have-
2020.
I still don't have.
He is
I
approved.
don't have
He's
any
approved.
direct
He
deposit
really is a
whatsoever.
5,000-year-old vampire.
Exactly.
What are banks?
Yeah, he's
Let's
like,
not
"Whoa,
trust
No.
anybody
I
with
can't
money.
deal in gems and
You
gold.
keep setting yourself up. You know this, right?
Saying that everything you say makes sense. It's just somebody is putting out information. It's not the real information because I have a. I fucking used a bank.
But I don't fuck with that shit. I don't know how. So
Till 2020.
I don't know.
He was
New
always
technology the vampires aren't used to yet.
Yeah. I'm not hoping my theory that I might be a 5,000-year-old vampire, but that's okay. We'll leave that.
he
It'll be
just
fine.
now learned what Cash App was this year.
No, I've never used Cash App.
I had
fucking
to
have to.
convince him
Never
to
had to
download it
have-
because he's like, "Can
Never
you give
had
me
to
some?"
use Cash App
And then I'm like,
until now.
"I don't want your cash. Just Cash App me.
I mean,
Always had cash. It's never been a problem.
I'm tired of using cash.
Well, that's your problem. Why do I have to come over to Cash App?
Never
Because
buy you
don't fucking
food
use
again.
cash? Okay.
I'll never buy you. You'll have to leave the house to get your own food
See,
from
this
now
is-
on.
No.
There's no more.
Look, wrong team. and
Drive.
I would just kill her one night. But she's not wrong.
amazing. You should be here, Lava.
Oh.
It's amazing.
This was what YouTube were just a little bit ago when she was like, you just scroll like this. You just do this.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
has the tendency to think she's right
It
about
probably
shit.
blows
She's
your
not.
mind that my bank is a 99.9% all online.
Oh, yours is all
I'll lean over
online.
and look for that quote right there.
They've got one location and it's in Texas.
That's not my savings account yet. They're one of my savings accounts is.
That's how
Yeah.
I feel about.
But they don't have I don't know if they have a location. They probably don't have a
Uh,
location.
This is USAA, So the way
Oh,
that they
yeah.
do everything is just all online.
That's the one that Whiskey uses. actually.
I love it.
He loved it for a minute, and then he had issues once. But I don't know if he's still with him or not. I'm not sure. I don't know.
My personal experience with them has been all positive. Even when there was issues, it was resolved and taken care of relatively quickly.
USAA pay us a lot of money to sponsor you.
Yeah, no shit.
Hey.
Yeah, right.
Let's see.
Hey man, if they handle my banking
Well,
right as well,
Logic servers, they're from the UK, so I doubt they'll see this shit.
it's okay. We need to get Jen and Subtle in the audience. We'll increase our audience
That's
range.
right.
There we go.
Oh, well, if you want another topic, not the only thing. Let's see. The words that Twitch banned. I didn't want to say them because somebody actually already got banned from using them, and they're not supposed to get banned. That's not supposed to go.
Heard this.
They're not supposed to go in effect until January
Right,
22nd, and somebody has already been banned for using one of them.
Yeah, I did see this in the news. I'm not gonna say the word because I know what she said.
Yeah.
But it's like the gaming community is going to come up with something new to say.
Right.
How far is Twitch and other platforms going to go to ban things that people can't say?
I mean,
Well, it kind of comes down to the question of society of where is the line drawn to where people have to start taking responsibility for the shit that they say,
Yeah.
and where people's got to take responsibility of themselves, going, you know what, I don't like that word, I'm just going to quit listening to that, or just get over the fact that it's a fucking word.
Yeah. Well, and that's
The word
kind of where
gay
I'm
wasn't
at.
a negative thing up until about the 50s. My mother's middle name, and she was born in 63, was gay.
Yeah.
Like, there was a family in my hometown when I think I was just born. I remember everybody talking about, they had this family van drive around. It had a big spare tire on the back, with a cover,
Yeah.
and it was called the Gay Family because that was their last name.
Yeah.
When it got to be such a negative context, they actually physically went and changed 1,000 or however long their fucking lineage was last name
Wow.
just because of the word meaning change.
That's crazy. And that's like why I'm like, all these words that, end up being derogatory and they weren't before, it's just kind of like, what's next, in my opinion? It's like, but I agree, just brush that shit off. If it's not being used towards you specifically, if it's being used towards you specifically, I can understand. I would report the person, but I mean, I just wouldn't, I don't know, people need something to be pissed about, in my opinion.
what do you think, Drew?
But the banned words,
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's all about how you apply it as like a derogatory towards someone else.
Yeah.
You could sit here all day yourself and sit here and go, well, that's not going to upset me. That's not going to upset me, until someone actually applies it in a way that's making it upset you.
Yeah.
And then I guess that's a moment that you have an understanding. You can go for a long time, even to yourself, like, well, I won't get mad at this. I won't get mad at that. Well, do you know until you're really there, or that you've already gone through it, or something like that?
Yeah.
But I mean, why?
I think it definitely has to do with someone who's being a little oversensitive. But who are we to say just because someone's being oversensitive that they're not offended by it? I'm not trying to like.
Silent.
That's silent.
What's up, Silent? I
think
will
at
say,
the
like,
end of it-
it's
Go ahead.
to me
Sorry.
it seems like really shitty, like not big things to be upset by. But I don't know if there's that big of a market of people upset about it and they don't want us using it. I'm not going to question it. I don't give a fuck about those words. So,
Yeah.
like, am I going to get mad because I can't say this certain word that's like
Yeah.
Devil's
Is I honestly
advocate.
think
a little
The
bit?
ones
Yeah, what do you got? I mean, it
the
is a form of
ones not-
censoring, like, for sure.
Yeah.
it definitely is.
That's kind of
But I think the ones that are complaining the most about it is a very, very small number of people.
Yeah.
that
and
are
it's just they're
probably
raising a
those
huge
those
stink about it.
words.
And it's just like, well, you all are on TikTok, right? So
Yeah.
you've probably heard of Iron Sanctuary and Beer Bong Jong.
I don't
Not
think
really.
I
I'm
came ac-
not
I mean,
on
I'm on
TikTok. Okay,
TikTok,
well,
but I'll
anyway,
have to look
so-
for them.
not this past Christmas, but the one before it, they really blew up because they did this beard challenge,
Uh-huh.
and they were decorating their beards with glitter and ornaments and all kinds of shit.
Yeah, that shit was lit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, so they ended
there was a
up
huge
meeting
thing
at
about
the
people
beginning
talking
of
shit
this
about dudes
year,
coloring their beards.
and
That's it.
and so they're just like, fuck it. We really love Christmas. We absolutely love bringing joy. They become really close friends, and then this year, everybody was just anticipating what they were going to do for Christmas because how are they going to go bigger and better than they did last year?
Yeah.
So these two guys who have done nothing but bring positivity to their communities decided to go as beard dazzled gingerbread men.
Oh, okay.
They had like bronzing done like bodybuilders,
Yeah.
and then had somebody paint like the bow tie on them and their eyes and all this shit. Within a couple hours of them posting the videos of them being what they basically later referred to as gingerbread strippers, because they're well built dudes,
Yeah.
they're wearing like overalls half undone and shit.
Yeah.
But within like an hour, they started getting cancel cultured
Huh.
because people were claiming that's blackface, that's blackface, that's blackface.
Oh,
To the
man.
point where they brought it down, they apologized. Hey, listen, we're just trying to bring joy. We're just trying to bring some happiness in this shit year that we've had.
Yeah.
Wow.
A overwhelming number of black and other people of the color of different racial background communities was making react videos going, listen, the people raising the biggest stink about this aren't even affected by it.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
just using
Yeah,
this as a trigger.
I've seen a
And
lot
they're
of
like,
that too.
we waited all year to see what they were going to do for like a positive influence for the end of the year,
Yeah.
how much joy they're going to bring. And now you all are ruining it for everybody else,
Yeah.
Yeah.
as per usual.
Yeah, that's normally what happens. It's some white person ruining something. That's a Karen. Gotta love Karens.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it was. Is a Karen or Richard.
Karen. Yeah.
Karen or Richard. No, it's Brad's.
It's a Kyle. Isn't
No,
it?
Brad.
Brad's or Kyle's.
I thought it was a Chad,
Kyle's
honestly,
like
too.
their
There's
stepdads
Chad's
and punch
too.
drywall.
Hey, no, Chads are the dudes that are all muscular and shit,
Yeah.
and always get the girls that the fat guys want, but they won't get. The opposite of a Karen is a Kevin.
Thank you.
Okay.
I knew it started with a K.
Yeah,
Yeah, a Kevin.
Richard is just dick, or
I think you're wrong. I honestly think the opposite of a good person is just a cunt.
You mean a Karen? Ooh.
Cunt's like bro or dude. It doesn't matter what
depends.
sex you are.
That's like a more like overseas attitude towards it, for sure. As much as I love using the word cunt for whether an insult or for just the bros, because it flows off the tongue well.
Very much so.
I like skunt. I use skunt a lot.
Scunt.
Skunt.
Scott.
Yeah,
Oh,
skanking cunt.
Yeah, you told me about that one.
But yeah, it's not as bad as cunt because you're not calling them a cunt. but
I don't know. When I use cunt as a bad way, I want that to come across that way, honestly.
So-
I'm not-
Yeah, if I'm using
So.
the word cunt, I'm trying to insult you.
Right, but like it almost like confuses.
That does it did.
people.
I remember the first time you said it when you were over that one time, and you were like, it did kind of fuck me up a little bit.
So
That's like
they're too confused to get offended by it.
It's kind of like what?
we have that. What's his fucking name? He worked at Superior. Dave. He had this theory like whenever someone's being an asshole, he doesn't call him an asshole. He calls him a butthead.
Calls them butthole.
Yeah, butthole. Thank you. Because it confuses them. They're like you're being a real butthole right now instead of like
the
you're being a
thing
real
I do.
douche. Because it makes you stop for a second and you're like,
You do buttholes?
hey, man,
Well, yeah,
it's,
check
you
it out.
know,
All
like,
right, so if me and you're in an argument
Another
or a
topic.
fight, and I go, "You're being a real asshole." That's
Yeah.
not really an insult, is it? That's kind of like, "Oh, that's
It's
a
Yeah.
badge of
it's
honor."
not. It's like,
If
yo,
I call
I'm not
you
an
a
asshole.
butthole,
You know?
Okay.
if I
It makes
call
you
you a
stop and
But
butthole,
if you call someone a
you go,
butthole,
did he just call me a
he called me a
butthole?
butthole. Yeah.
Exactly.
And it makes you
And
stop
the
and you're
thing-
like, fuck.
asshole is technically the cursed word, but butthole literally sounds twice the dirty.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
gonna start saying a noose.
A noose.
A noose.
God.
A noose. I'm with it.
Yeah.
Or a noose.
Penis.
You're a penis.
Penis. Oh!
Oh no.
Oh,
We lost the webcam, guys.
No.
Don't lose your headphones too.
It was all that butthole talk.
Are they stretching
He
it?
had to fall out.
It loosened it up.
That's a prolapse microphone.
Shut the fuck up,
I'll
Lava.
be back.
Read your head
Oh my
right
God,
now.
this is great.
It's worse.
This is
You got
great.
it, Richard?
No. Let him do it. This is great. This is comical.
You can clip it if you want.
Clip it.
struggle with a microphone.
Oh
There.
my God. How many guys does it take to fix a camera?
Just one Richard and half a true. It's about what's there.
Oh man. Oh yeah, so I do to kind of touch on what you said a minute ago about, the whole incident with the two guys, and then, the people are like, "Oh, it's not even, we're not even offended by it. It's the wrong people pointing it out."
Here,
you
wait,
know?
what were they
I hate when that
Lava?
happens.
I'm gonna
It's
look up a picture of what they did.
especially when people don't mean anything harmful by their actions. They just may be either ignorant or they just uneducated, and then it's just like everybody just fucking shuns the shit out of them.
What were they called again? Like, I wanted to Google image with them.
Stunts. They were called
No,
stunts.
I'm
No.
working on it right now.
We're talking of
I'm not Google imaging that. What were they called again? Love those two.
I don't
dudes?
know.
yeah,
Beer Bong John and Iron Sanctuary.
Thank
They
you.
went as gingerbread men this year. They ended up pulling all their videos down
aw.
All their videos.
Wait.
because all the ones with the gingerbread men.
I'm still gonna
With the skunks. in
Hold
it.
on, but they
look
might have
more,
posted them to Instagram.
because I think
Well, it's
that's
coming up. Oh yeah, the banned words from Twitch.
yeah,
Devil's advocate.
yes,
Especially with Drew.
yeah. You were gonna
Oh, yeah,
do
what do you
this,
got?
Drew. Devil's advocate, everybody. Let's go.
What's the difference in them not wanting to say the word and a trans person calling them by the correct
Pronoun?
pronoun?
An entailment of like anger or aggression. If someone uses those words to me and it wasn't like it was in the same way as someone misgendering someone, it's a common mistake. If
But-
you're sitting here and misgendering a trans person on purpose just to be a fucking dick,
Yeah, I'm
you're in
not
the wrong.
saying that.
If no, I know. This is my example of it.
Okay.
If you're, it's the entailment of what is I'm having a fucking brain fart of the word I
The
need to
intent.
use. The intent of like to hurt someone is what I'm saying. When you misgender a trans person, however you do it, if you accidentally did it, that's not bad. You just made a mistake.
Right.
And the trans person then needs to just explain to you that this is what I am. And if you're receptive after that and apologetic, that's cool. That's
Right.
really good.
Yeah,
You're being progressive. You're
Right.
apologetic for misgendering a trans person. That sucks for them, to get misgendered. That's not cool. If you're sitting here saying these words and the
And you've
difference
been
there, if you're
corrected
joking
and-
and you're playing, it's one thing and they get offended. But if you're literally trying to upset them by saying it, and
Yeah.
I think that's where the ammo of where that came from, like them banning it, is people were just using it so much that it just became words that people are like, I'm fucking tired of hearing this shit. And I bet some CEO of Twitter was just like, fuck these words, tired of hearing people complain about it, fuck this shit, let's ban them.
poking the bear,
So
so
my
to
question
speak. Yeah, you're right.
Is so the one word that was banned, the S word.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
The word shit.
So that's being thrown out about
Fuck.
being a negative thing. And from what I understood about it, it was basically just like when me and my wife started dating.
Can you say the V version of that word without it being like
Yeah, I didn't know that
Let's see.
silent. We say shit all
the
the
one
time.
who's never had any?
but
There it goes
I
again.
mean, it was the
I didn't
wasn't it like
the?
the oh no, but like from so what it was
Technical
explained to me. And
difficulties.
of course,
Oh.
I've got to frickin' Google everything anyway. But
Right.
like that was just basically like, oh, I'm really pawning after somebody. I'm
my tip.
trying to be super encouraging. I'm trying to be a positive person, and blah 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 blah, with the intent of a somewhat romantic or a flat out romantic end game.
Yeah.
You got.
Is that what it meant?
You're gonna have to answer. I'm not really. I wasn't really there. You're gonna have to rephrase that for me, Lava. Specifically.
You may have to
I
rephrase
was
that for me
thinking
too.
of the camera.
Okay, well, all right. While they're fixing the camera, I'm going to look up what. All right, so basically, so I was told the wrong thing, and the S word is basically
need a little
just somebody who
separation.
allows the woman to be the dominant in the relationship, whether it's a sexual relationship, uh, any kind of relationship. They're allowing the woman to be the dominant.
Silent. What about my face? Yeah, that's crazy because I didn't know that was banned. Silent apparently didn't know it was banned.
Which one was it?
Shit. Yeah,
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, I knew about that one being banned, but
I didn't.
yeah, me and
I'm
Silent
like-
were just talking about it a few days ago.
No. Where have I haven't. I've barely been.
No, I know. I'm saying me and Silent were. I
Yeah.
thought you said Silent didn't know about
No.
that or something.
She said, wait, shit, and I'm screwed.
No, that's our sub word.
Oh no. Because I said S word.
If they
she's
banned
like,
shit,
she
they
made
would have
a
banned
joke about
fuck, and then we
shit.
all would have been screwed.
Yeah,
But she could
I've
have been
been shut
first,
down
though.
day one. But it's just like so they're turning the S word into something that is
That's true.
derogatory when that is just how some people's relationships are. That's how some.
I mean,
the
it started as a
relationship
meme
dynamics are.
word. It literally
Yeah,
started as just a meme word.
Yeah, and then it took light.
Yeah.
But that's just that goes into the words don't have power until we give them power.
Yeah,
Right.
but I think that saying is as well can be applied both ways. Like,
Oh yeah.
what's the
I
power
mean,
of the
it's just-
person who's
it's-
using the word? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, but
you can sit there and look at yourself the whole time and say, "I'm not going to take anything out of this insult someone gave me." But I mean, the power they put into it is still the power they put into
yeah,
it.
but it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
if you
exactly. I mean,
get
it's-
insulted.
That's what I was going to say is like the
anyway.
any
I mean,
derogatory
still.
word towards a person of a different ethnicity than you.
Yeah,
That's just a word.
yeah,
Whatever. But the power behind that word is what derives it to be a bad word or a negative word.
Right, but
So
even at that, like I'm not condoning any of this or saying that toxicity should be a thing or what the fuck ever in the gaming community, but any of this stuff, whether it's in normal in real life or gaming or what the fuck ever, I think it's kind of ridiculous that we God, I don't know how to say this without
I think it's like
coming
they
off
need
as
like a thicker skin, maybe.
No, it's just people can get offended. That doesn't mean action should be taken.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even if someone is being a total fucking ass dick,
yeah.
just being a monster, you could.
Well, I mean, that
leave
comes to a point, like-
situation in real life. You could leave that server in a game.
Yeah, but are you going to
Yeah.
individually ban every single person who's making that
That's what
same
I'm saying.
action?
No consequences. Why should there be fucking consequences?
What's
for
gonna
people
fix it?
saying Words?
If you're losing, so if you have a demand of people like Twitch, and they're losing people who are streaming or people who are following because they're getting called these words, they're losing money, they're losing gratuity, they're losing like stuff out of that. So if they're not gaining the same from the people using the words, what they're losing for the people leaving, I'm banning that shit.
yeah, no.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that we shouldn't.
No, yeah,
What
that's
I'm
just like
saying
my like
is-
kind of reasoning, I guess.
I see where you're coming
Yeah.
from, but like in most situations, like people would be in these words. We might get banned for this because it sounds like a bunch of the Twitch higher ups are all the S word. So because of that,
Yeah.
bye guys, it's been cool.
yeah.
If something happens to us by tomorrow, you know what's going on.
But yeah, I mean, dude, like Christ,
I think it's just the table.
I think so. It's like the plastic vent.
I know. I'll
I'm gonna just stand. Just tell me my angle. Okay.
I know you look like a weird fuzzy vampire.
Thanks. I'll take that.
That looks good.
Don't move. I tried to like change the weight.
Yeah.
Don't know if
The
that'll do
weight
it.
distribution.
So add this.
Silent Bob does
I'm done
bring
making
up
noise.
A good point. That she says the reason that there are consequences is because one too many people have hurt themselves due to cyberbullying, and that's
Yeah.
why they're making such a big issue of it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure people don't want legal issues.
You have a younger audience on Twitch as well. I mean, there's still like it's a mix of an audience, but the massive amount of people on Twitch, I think a good 60% of it are people under 18.
I mean,
Like-
Yeah.
this is why
People who aren't old enough to feel like
I
that thicker skin or that, you know.
This is why I mean, I jealous where I can spend all this money on setting up this podcast and everything.
Yeah.
This is why I'm so afraid to do this podcast.
Yeah.
Because she says something like that, and then the only thing I think is population control. I mean,
So I just
Weed 'em
looked up
out.
the average age of a
Oh.
user on Twitch.
It depends,
21
man.
years old.
21.
Like-
Okay.
it's
It depends on how. I mean, what if? All right, say you have like some 14-year-old kid, and he just wants to stream, and all he's got is a bunch of 20-year-olds coming into his chat, just calling him those words. That's
Right.
it, and that just happens every damn
The
day. And he can't ban any of
14-year-old
them. He can't do anything about it. He doesn't know about he can or something like that.
First of all, it's 14-year-olds who be goddamn stream.
I see him all the time, dude.
I'm sure you do.
All the
But
time.
my-
Younger than that.
My 17-year-old daughter
Yeah.
did not get a cell phone until she hit 17.
Well, my parents did differently there.
Okay,
So
a lot of it is up to
Yeah.
the parents and how much the kids can take.
yeah.
And if the parents sugarcoat everything, and
You also have like Twitch. Twitch makes it an environment where they want people to be able to be there like that
Absolutely.
too.
This is
So
low-key
if-
what me and Kaya were talking about
Yeah.
the other day.
If
Parents
parents-
raising pussies.
sugarcoat everything and not teach their kids what the real world is fucking like.
yeah, well, you're definitely going to have a people who are going to have a different opinion or a different like they're going to insult you. People are going to be mean.
Yep. Happens a lot to me.
It gets to a point if a website, and I don't know about something specifically like this, but when a website has like this sort of an issue, are they not making like the right message by not doing anything at all, or are they like not at all? And maybe that was why Twitch did it. Like
If
they,
it's something like Twitch and it's people in
Yeah.
that person's chat, the person should
ban them.
be,
Yeah.
have the thing to ban.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Have the objectivity to understand, oh, this person's just going to be a dick.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
just here to get some attention. Fucking ban them,
Yeah.
in a story. It should not be up to the main corporation, just like,
that's fair. That's I get that.
you know.
I mean, like, what if it extends to words that like, are you? This is where I'd get the devil's advocate on the other side. Like, if we're gonna do it with those words, would they do it with other words that are even more offensive? Like,
That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
Pretty soon-
No,
Yeah,
man.
where's
There's
the
certain
line
words
drawn?
like if you came into my chat and were able to say that at all, I'm not cool.
Hold on. Silence said something else.
Know what you got?
A lot of people turn to stalking to get more of a laugh out of it.
Yeah. Plus, you can ban them and they just make a new
Or
account.
they are hunting them down, so to speak. Yes, you can leave the channel or page or whatever, but if you didn't cover up good enough, some people will take it too far, and that's why they have tried to take action to just ban it.
That's
as
fair.
a flat end to it.
Yeah, there could be
Yeah.
people taking the joke like way too far, and
Yeah.
that's possible.
Yeah, I know,
Or
but
they
I
just,
mean,
some people are just shit. That they just have
Yeah.
nothing but negative and malintent
Yeah.
on anything that they do in their
That
life.
was that word I
Yeah,
was
they're
looking for
fucking
earlier.
They
miserable, so
find-
they gotta fucking try to make everybody else.
They,
That's what I was
they
saying
find
earlier
somebody that
was,
all of a sudden
the
they get
malintent that
mad.
they
They're
bring
like, oh,
into
this
it,
is the
you know?
perfect target.
That's what really gives it like the power,
Yeah.
especially when you have someone younger, like some
Yeah.
like kid or some shit.
Yeah,
They're
but-
more sensitive.
the younger ones, I still think it's on the parent.
No, yeah, of course. I mean, you have to. That's part of them being younger too. Is you have to educate them to know that that's like you shouldn't be hurt by these things. But doing that and having that as well, especially how much you hear it, you can have as thick a skin as you want, Richard. But if someone were saying something to you every single fucking day while you're streaming,
It's
it's
gonna
gonna
get
eventually
you,
hit
yeah,
under that. It's gonna
eventually.
get you eventually. It's got to.
I mean, shit.
That's like I don't know, and I mean that's not me like claiming either side. That's just my rationale on like that subject. Like
I know, but
me specifically, those words don't affect me, and I don't really know, nor
Listen,
would they. But
I get emotional. You guys have seen me get
Yeah.
emotional. okay?
Yeah.
yeah,
I get emotional, but it's with people that I know and care about and give a shit about.
yeah,
Right.
Anyone online?
yeah. Well, that's the
It's
like,
not
oh,
gonna.
it's
It's
a
not gonna
fucking
trigger
bot.
you.
yeah, but
That's
that
all I know. That's
yeah,
You know,
yeah, like a bot program to go in and just say that.
person. If I wake up the next day and that person's dead, I don't even know that fucking person. I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah, but that's you.
True.
You know what I mean? Not a lot of people have gone through some of the struggles or that to be able to get to that point to like just throw out a fucking like.
And the
I
alternative
rip that.
side
Like
of
that,
you're
that-
not
that
you're not
ideal-
going on there attacking people.
like I get that,
You're
you know.
just
Fuck
being
what this
you.
motherfucker has to say in any ideal with it. But if there are people out there who are offended by it, then I'm on their side more than I am on the one who's saying it. You know what I mean?
Well,
Right.
sure.
Which isn't like any of that.
I
But
mean-
like what I mean basically is like
I feel for them, but I
Yeah.
also want to be like, okay, but who are they?
I'm insulting you back.
You know.
You
I
know,
mean,
we're having a roast
these
for in
people
chat.
are jealous of
Then I'm
what
gonna
you
ban
have
you.
Yeah, yeah.
most of the time.
A lot of the time when someone's coming at you with malintent like that, it's probably because they're trying to bring you down to their level. So
Yeah, and that's what I meant earlier. They're miserable.
One of my
good call.
favorite
I didn't
things
see
to do.
it.
I've only been in a couple times when that's went after somebody who's streaming or whatever, and they started doing that. Everybody kind of, especially in our little friend group here, we're self-deprecating humor is some of the best.
Oh
right?
yeah, we
Yeah.
get onto each other.
You can't burn me no better than I can burn myself. I promise
Amen.
you.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
And so, like like I was in a server. A fucking funny thing is, it was a Minecraft server. It's a friend of mine's son, and he had opened it up. Here comes the fucking trolls, and they start
Oh,
going,
no.
talking shit about whatever. Well, fucking, I'm Uncle Lava. My big brother shit kicks in hardcore, especially around people I know.
Yeah.
And so I just started roasting them,
Yep.
but giving them enough animals so they'd turn their attention on me. And then I would just start roasting myself and go, "Oh my god, what are you gonna do? Oh, you're gonna come fuck my mom? Oh, you better bring a couple shovels because she's 6 foot deep right now." And you start throwing out jokes like that.
Yeah, when you start
They
putting yourself
fucking
down too, they
stop.
don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, then they try to go back to him, and I'm just like, no, come on.
I got more
I need
ammunition where
I
that
need
came
fuel.
from.
I mean,
I need fuel so I can sharpen my razor some more. Come on. And they just don't know what the fuck to do.
I
And then they
did.
just leave.
I liked that, like, Lava, you were talking about a while ago that you like to set people up where they don't know what sexuality you are because you can use it to fuck. And I loved that. I loved that you had said that because I was like, if that's not one of the best ways to really fuck, like, get in someone's head.
And I wish more
Yeah.
people were like that
Yeah.
too, because it's none of your
He's married with a kid. Who gives a shit what you think about his sexuality at that point? That's hilarious. Like,
Oh,
Mm-mm-mm.
and so if you can take that and like take the toxicity off of someone else and focus it onto yourself, and then make yourself laugh out of
hell
it too, that's good shit.
Yeah, I've done that.
Someone
stuff,
turn
too.
around and
Yeah.
talk about it at work the next day and be like, huh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So I made them say this, and then I fired back. And then they're like, "Oh fuck, man, that's classic
Yeah.
lava."
right.
like I
Oh
came
yeah,
from
like
shoot.
back when I used to be a cashier.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And then all these people think they were like antagonizing me while I was trying to do my job. I'd go in the back and I'd be like, y'all, guess what the fuck just happened? And we'd just be
Yeah.
laughing
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
If you
they
ever
think
come to a
we are
restaurant like
breaking.
that,
I
you're
said,
normally the joke.
not. We're in the back roasting them after they've left the building.
Yeah, I've worked in several.
Retail, trucking.
Yeah,
Retail. Yeah, I've done
kitchens.
retail too.
I've been in
and
kitchens for 10 years.
cashiering and-
I got a tough skin. Been in a
Oh,
kitchen
used
since I was
to work at
14.
Sam's Club.
Yeah.
I think
Holy shit.
one of the
Kitchen
one of
manager
the
for 4
coolest
years.
things I had
Old white fuckers.
kind of heard was Dan Cummins. He's a comedian. He's fucking funny as shit. But he's got a bit about how the culture of everybody's a winner.
Yeah.
So everybody's a winner. Everybody's getting a trophy. Everybody's getting talked about how fucking awesome they are. Is only setting those people up to get into a job, and the first time they get fucking yelled at by their boss for fucking something up, they're like, "Oh my god, I need to find a window on the 10th story."
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of it. I mean,
no, that's
people-
that's the participation trophy conversation.
Yeah.
it's so the people who are out there, using these terms, using these words, attacking people, they're 80% of the problem. They're shitty fucking people.
Yeah.
That's just how it's going to be, no matter what. There's always been that people before the internet. There always be that people after today.
Yep.
But the other side of
Not
it is
as
people have got to
many
be able
before
to
the internet.
compartmentalize.
The
Yeah,
internet
very
definitely
true.
gave them a place
Well-
to like a
Well,
soundboard.
yeah, because beforehand, when you said shit, you
So-
would get punched in the face.
Yeah, it's so easy. to
Everybody's
say
hiding
whatever
behind a keyboard.
you want.
Yeah, there's no one who's going to hit you.
No consequence.
If there was like a thing you could put into someone's computer where if they said something hardcore offensive,
Yeah.
and it was, then like the computer grows a fist and
Dude.
hits them in the head. I
Back in
believe
high
it.
school, when people
Trust world.
back in high
Someone that
when
should.
people used to hide behind the keyboard from me, I'd be
Oh.
like, "Don't think I won't fucking jump through this fucking phone and kill your ass," because I
Yeah,
will.
but high school was different because you were talking to someone who just like talked shit at your high school, not someone across the U.S. in like a
But-
forum or something.
Or another country.
I'll
Yeah.
let you know where to find me, and we can meet up.
Man, shit.
I'll meet you halfway.
Walmart, baby.
And
Yeah,
you're gonna have this dude in India hack your bank account, and steal your
Apartments, I
parents'
beat
money.
your
and
ass with some
shit.
shoes.
Silence said it's also not that some people necessarily are weak or offended easily, but some people are just wired differently. Some people take a shit ton of medication, and
Yeah.
just can't handle it or wrap their head around the idea of something being a joke or something being real.
Right.
So they just take it wrong automatically. You also can't hear emotion through text, you just see the toxic part and automatically get offended.
Yeah, and that's what happens a lot of time is people get lost in translation between
I do that a
keyboard.
lot.
Yeah.
I mean,
On purpose.
I'll get really
on
angry,
purpose,
like
no.
me specifically. I'll get real mad and then draw my own conclusions and then get madder.
yeah.
And
he
then I
does
start
that.
thinking about other shit that makes
I
me even
know.
more mad and then making up
That's what-
situations.
It
Oh.
needs to be said now. Anyone in the fucking group, I just put my
Communicate.
my information just like Lava did
Yeah.
earlier in our admin stuff. So if anybody thinks that I said something that, if I'm saying it to any of you guys, it's not going to be anything that no matter how you take it,
Malintent.
day or have
Back to
had it,
malintent.
it's not going to be anything that you think it is if you're getting mad about it.
The
Yeah.
robot vagina.
Right.
Oh, God.
I know silence in the chat. Like fuck you.
But I'm just saying,
Yeah.
it's not. I don't mean anything bad.
It's all like this whole community in the first place is supposed. What I see, she made a comment. What
Yeah.
you say?
She put the little dot
Funny
eyes.
face.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not like everything in this is supposed to be positive and like support for each other.
Fun
So
and
counter what we all have to say. We want to make each other think more and do all.
very
It's also
critical.
supposed to be a nice support unit. So like,
Yeah.
you know, it's like me and Richard playing devil's advocate on each other's opinions. That's always
Yeah.
fun.
My favorite.
Like, I'm sorry, but having someone who just is a soundboard with me is bullshit. Like,
Silent said unsubscribe.
unsubscribe.
with a laugh face.
I already told her I still owe her a subscribe, so I've still got your sub when we get there. Silent.
Shit.
I don't. My
I don't
phone's
know.
like dying. I don't
I
have
just
comments
don't-
anymore. So
I understand why they did it.
Yeah.
I think there's another way. I don't know what that way is.
I
yeah, and when you want to look at something and disagree, but you don't have the alternative,
yeah.
it's like fuck.
yeah.
So
They did what they had to do.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe.
well, when you have
They
people
might
like
have went too far too quick.
yeah,
But
And it might have just been a quick solution. Maybe in the future they may just be like, all right, so we rearranged all of our rules. Here's what's going to go on now.
yeah, this is a whole new world though, and I don't want every place online, whether it be Twitch or YouTube or where the fuck ever, to be like we need to treat this like we're in church around a bunch of old people.
Yeah,
no
I get that.
shit. Like,
especially well, like YouTube is like.
There has to be some
Have you seen like people who end up going from YouTube to Twitch? Like, what is the dude JMO watches? Dahlman or whatever? Dude who beats his face with the
I
keyboards.
don't know his name, but I know you're talking.
This chat section, a chat section from YouTube to Twitch. Twitch is not ready for what YouTube puts out in their chat section. They are not.
Oh.
You stream on YouTube. There's barely a filter.
Yeah.
There really is. There's really barely a filter. The people who are going from YouTube to Twitch or Twitch to YouTube, because that's neither one of them. It's like Dr. Disrespect went to YouTube. Twitch banned him. We all don't know why. What is that guy's fucking name? Either way, though, his Twitch stream, because he's on Twitch. They banned him from YouTube, so he's on
Guy that told the girl to go cook a fucking
Yes.
sandwich. Yes.
That's how
Never
he
talked
got
about
banned. On YouTube, this chick killed him in Call of Duty, and he was like, go cook a sandwich in the kitchen for
it. Yeah,
me.
that's
And they
what
banned him.
on Twitch. Yeah, he got
and,
banned on Twitch for that shit.
You can't do that. You can't do that. That's not good.
No,
It's in Twitch now. His chat section is like still the same.
come on. He was pissed he got killed, so he made
It's
it
Call of
You
Duty.
just called him a small dickless bitch. Like if I
It depends on who he said.
sandwich,
Who said this to?
suck my
Who he was in front of?
you dickless shithead.
This is a dude who has like 10 to 20,000 people watch him at once on
Yeah.
YouTube and shit. I don't know. He had enough people on YouTube who were like, this is fucked up. We got to get rid of him. We don't like the message he's complaining. You know?
Cancel culture.
Yeah.
Cancel culture. Oh shit.
But that I really hate that shit. That's fucking.
Oh,
I will say this. That wasn't the only reason they had.
Yeah, it's pretty
I mean,
nice.
one of his bans come from self-harm because fans would send him
Yeah,
keyboards they
because
wanted
he
him to break.
was- Yeah,
It was they didn't tell him specifically to put it on his head. He had himself tell he
Yeah.
did. But
yeah,
there was an amount of like his first ban I think actually came from his self-harm. So
yeah. Beating the keyboard
which
against
admittedly I don't think he was literally trying to like hurt himself so bad he was
it
going
was
to kill
for the
himself on
views.
YouTube. But it was like a whoa, dude. So
It was definitely for the views.
Graham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it for the
Man,
vibe.
how many subs and follows he's getting and the
Fine.
life he has set up for himself coming, I'll fuck a few keyboards up with my forehead. Oh my god.
Yep.
Dude,
I fucked up more shit.
I got a
than
hard
left.
head.
right?
I could break about 3 keyboards and maybe get about 200 to 300 subs. I'd be happy with that. Hell
No
yeah.
shit.
Shit,
I can't wait till we get there.
man.
Not bashing keyboards on your face, but
I prefer not. If that's how we gotta do it, I guess that's how we gotta do it. But if we didn't do it like, yeah,
In my
We got to
opinion.
do an experiment,
That's
like
what we
the
should do.
mechanicals opposed to the feather touch.
got
You know,
it.
which ones do the best,
We
the
should-
best damage. The
A
most
mechanical
fun,
keyboard,
which
all the
makes
keys will
coolest
fly.
sounds.
but it's
That's
really a
even
bitch to
better.
put
we
together.
should try to find an animator to join the group. So she could draw out this vampire, bash the keyboard against his face.
It really doesn't play on the dirty druid law though there, but
Damn.
I guess now I'm gonna have to start drawing my like dirty druid characters as vampires too now.
You should.
Fuck.
Just with a single fang
I
because
mean,
you're so old, the other one's falling out.
I think it works
Shit.
because you're not a normal druid, you're a dirty druid. So
Yeah.
I've already played that card pretty well in some games. I've got like 2 clips of me sniping people in Call of Duty, and they're like, "Dirty druid." I'm like, yeah, that's what I want.
Mhm. Your clips have been phenomenal lately. I
Oh,
can't wait to
last
get back
ones?
on
Yeah.
some Call of Duty. And
I'm ready to
slap
start
some
streaming again
beats.
after the holidays too. I've got a few clips I've made just doing recordings.
yeah.
So
Nice.
I still have to add all everybody's info down at the bottom. You guys can go to each. I have everybody's streamer, Twitch suggested streamers down there.
nice. Everybody should have already changed all of that. So
So yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying if anybody wants to look at your clips, I'm sure you have links on.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
Oh yes.
They're
I
all in
know.
our highlights and videos in
And
Discord. They're all in my
every
Twitch
one of
clips.
these gets posted on
They're on my
YouTube
TikTok, my Instagram.
also. So every
Facebook,
link
Mac
to
TikTok.
each person in the group is also in the description on YouTube.
Yeah, my awesome sister went last week, and we do like a 3-hour in silence stream.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, she
And
did
she
that little
did the
video.
entire
Yeah,
thing and made a 5-minute video for me.
yeah. So I've actually
Nice.
wanted to do this thing recently where if we take the Mantra Gaming Group clips, we could start clipping them together and put them on YouTube under Mantra Gaming Group,
Yeah.
and just promoting ourselves after that under it in the
Sure.
description.
Because the
Yeah,
only thing to get them put
Well, we have
there.
about 3 people who have done YouTube who have the time to fuck with it, which is one of the reasons I wanted to get Sledge in was because he's going to be willing to fuck with that, and he actually likes that idea.
I am so
Um,
lazy when it comes to making shit for my
Me
YouTube.
and you aren't even in that equation. We stream and do too much else already. I don't have enough time to do YouTube. I've wanted
No,
to,
that's
but
that's
Yeah.
that's fine.
Austin has also said he wants to fuck with it. Again, Lava's sister.
And I
can
don't have
fuck
any
with it
editing skills at all.
It'd be
I'd
cool to have a
to
mod that would be willing to
that.
fuck with YouTube. Like
Right.
that'd be lit. But that's partially what I'm trying to mess with Sledge and Jin is make them mods in terms of Jin for art and graphic arts, Sledge
Yeah.
for editing in YouTube. That'd be lit.
I just
Silent
updated.
Move says she has no life; she can do it too.
Yeah,
Feel free, go to my
It's
fucking
learning
Twitch
about
channel
editing and
go
stuff. So
clip some shit,
Step away.
download them, and
I
send them to me. I'll put them on my YouTube.
I just updated the password for that also, so I can hand that out to everybody, so everybody can log into that YouTube in the group if needed to upload or get access to Patreon stuff or
well, so the idea I've kind of had, I know a few of us have wanted to
You said
individually do YouTube,
Oh damn!
but a lot of us don't have the time. If we link it together under Mantra and promote ourselves from there, then that's the.
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't mind.
that's
We also wouldn't have to edit 9 different fucking YouTubes. Oh.
right.
absolutely.
And we wouldn't have to worry
Already
too much
have,
about
like, a
getting
main
clips.
description in
Yeah.
there.
No, Colin.
You know,
Because
that-
well, what we can do, we can make one account, which would be the Mantra, and on all of our streams, we can just make it the editor. Once you make someone the editor, they can go in and download your Twitch clips and videos. You can just download the clips from there and then patch them all together. That's it. I've already got like how to do it together. It's just doing the video editing. I don't know how.
Right.
So we'll cross that bridge when we get the people for it, which they're all coming. It's just getting them set up. I'm more worried about getting on
Oh.
streaming before editing. I know Sledge, they need internet, so
Right.
they've got that taken care of. It's just when.
Right.
So, and then honestly, Lava, if your sister ever wanted to grab all our clips together and start making some Mantra videos, that would be lit, dude.
Yeah.
And,
If
I
you
will talk to her about it.
that would be awesome. I know she's been trying to be a part of the group and do some stuff too. So, if
Yeah,
yeah,
she's actually
in terms of mods and
Get more
admins, we might be a little
streaming
heavy on
stuff.
right now, but
That's
we
cool.
can come
Yeah.
up with that later.
well, yeah, but she's getting on a good schedule and whatnot. She's really awesome.
I've seen
Shit.
her streaming too. I dropped a follow recently on her stuff. And
Oh, yeah, I'm
Awesome.
gonna have to
Yeah.
find her and give her a follow too.
definitely.
Yeah, so I think she is on my suggested list. I'm not 100% sure, but it's the same as what was followed here with
Hell
Bath
yeah.
Chomping Goth.
We can get her into the community. It'd be lit.
One
Oh,
of
yeah.
us.
You want to join the cult?
Damn.
But yeah, I will post the 7 Days to Die server info.
Yep.
Hopefully, some people may have joined that were watching earlier. But I'll put that in the admin chat so anybody can jump in there if they want to, or hand it out to anyone they trust.
Very nice. Yeah, actually, my sister was just talking about that the other day, and another guy that game with, and I'm trying to talk into getting started Twitch.
How many,
is Tin Man?
Ooh, yeah, dude. We need to get Tin Man in.
He's
some
a good
stuff.
gamer.
Tom too. I know Tom's been doing it anyways though, but
Yeah.
how many people can go into the 7 day server?
Only 10.
Only 10? Okay. That's not shit though.
I can't upgrade that. But
Yeah. You can or
Yeah.
you can't? Oh, you can.
Yeah.
We'll do it when we pick up more, but I feel like when we actually start streaming it, we'll get people to want to join.
Yeah, we
But,
should get our group together.
We
and
should
do it
definitely. I
first
do
and
like the idea
add
of doing
more
like a
from
two
there.
teams thing.
Yeah.
Even if we have randos that want to join, regardless, that sounds
Yeah, I
lit.
can add. I mean, it costs, but I don't remember how much it is. I'll have to look at it. But I think last month when I looked at it, it's very reasonable.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, do we want to call it here? You think we're good on a podcast, everybody?
Yeah, we're 2.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
We'll be doing another one Tuesday, and you're probably doing another one Thursday as well. So far?
If everyone
Yeah.
can make it. If not, then I might just have Whiskey here because he probably is tired of his family by now because I didn't see him all week.
If you're trying to get people together in a Discord to come and just chat,
That
yeah,
option.
That's what I was going to say.
I'll come. I'll
We
sit
gotta
in
do a
Discord for one of
podcast
those.
and come fill in
So-
for Whiskey. We'll show up.
I haven't gotten to sit and chat with the other crowd yet. That'd be lit.
Oh, Fallon just
Mm.
asked, does Mantra have an Instagram?
No.
No.
No, we just all have our individual.
The Instagram's going to be individual. Fuck
Okay,
Instagram,
be
anyways.
Twitter.
I use it personally, but god
I don't have
damn
a
it,
Twitter.
putting clips. Instagram's
Not
like
either.
submitting clips and videos shit is so hard to do.
Like me and Druid have TikToks, Instagram.
Yeah, my Instagram
Right.
doesn't have shit. If you really want content from
Same,
mine right now,
same.
go to my TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And our names are the
suggestions
same
started
and
to get
everything.
down below, Fallen. So just
I
go
think,
there,
honestly,
they have
Fallen, you
links,
should be-
link tree,
Yeah.
all that shit.
Everybody should have their, and if you're looking at them individually and want to find their TikTok or Instagram, it should be under in their about pages.
Yep.
Yeah.
That should be set up and ready. But Fallen, for you specifically, I'm pretty confident you're following all of us anyways, man. So
Yeah. TikTok too easy to get followers. Yeah, that's why we do it.
yeah, TikTok is it's like a really easy way.
And really it seems like we're getting more views.
I really
than
like
follows
TikTok,
at
but
least.
it is a really nice place to do it. Like dump my clips and stuff in. So
TikTok and Instagram are very good promoting tools.
I wish Instagram wasn't the way they were about it though. That like whole you have to have 60-second long clips and they can only be 60 seconds long or an hour. It's like that in
To
between
an
gap is
hour.
actually so hard to like get when you're just doing clips.
Right.
So when I actually start getting
If
some
you're doing
YouTube videos, I guess
You
that
have to download them onto your phone and then upload them to Instagram from your phone. If they're going to be,
I found a way to get around that. I actually found a way to get around that.
Okay, well then do it.
Oh wait, no, there's a way to do it around
Ooh.
the 60 seconds thing.
Yes.
Okay, I didn't
If
know
it's
that.
a
We'll figure it out some other
Oh
time.
my God, I told you this.
I did the
No.
5-minute clip on
I don't remember.
Instagram.
Unless
and
I don't
it was
remember, I'll admit
all
that.
through my
That's
phone
funny.
that I just used a cloud server for.
That is stupid.
Yeah.
That is dumb. I honestly probably still won't
But
put
I-
anything under 60 seconds just because of that. But irregardless, drop a
A
follow.
word.
Do you
Drop a
have
subscribe.
much over 60 seconds though?
I've wait.
Damn.
Wow.
Shots fired.
Love you, bro.
I'll be talking to you in Discord later.
Yes,
Alright.
you will.
You've been warned. All
Catch
right,
you
everybody
outside.
have a good night.
Yeah, you guys have a good night. Lava Silent. Thank you guys.
Be here
Yeah,
next
everybody
time.
in
Fallen,
the
good to
chat.
see you. I think you're still here or not. I don't know.
Yeah, follow us right here.
The OG
Yeah.
man.
Hey,
Fallen, we'll
He's
talk
OG.
later.
We'll be big and
Yeah.
famous, and we're gonna have to pull Fallen in at that point.
Yeah, all right.
You'll just be getting paid
Y'all
with you
have
at
a
that
good
point,
one.
Fallen.
You
You too,
too.
man. Later, guys.
Peace.
Bye.
Thank you
Later,
guys for
later.
coming.